What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another Manchester City live stream, where today we're going to be doing the watch-along of Man City's game against Liverpool in the Premier League, away from home. Anfield were 9 points behind Arsenal at the top of the Premier League, with City obviously having this game to play today. We're at a point really of no return. It's got to be a win here today, a ground that we've not won at with fans in 23 years. Manchester City right up against it. My expectation today is Man City don't win this game, and Man City end up going further behind Arsenal at the top of the Premier League, and we're left looking over our shoulder, looking at Manchester United, looking at Aston Villa, looking at Chelsea, looking at, if Liverpool win this game, Liverpool as well, because we're then, for me, first and foremost, the focus has got to turn towards trying to solidify our place for qualification into the Champions League for next season, which is what we spent most of the second half of last season thinking about as well. And I've spoken a lot this season about wanting to see some progress made from Man City. The progress that I was looking for was I want Man City to be able to compete in the Premier League. I don't want us looking over our shoulder at what the chasing pack are doing. I want us to focus on the teams above us. I want us to focus on what Arsenal are doing. I want us to try and compete with them to try and win the Premier League. Now, Arsenal will be watching this game. Arsenal, you know, it doesn't affect them at all with a Liverpool win today. So Arsenal fans will be backing Liverpool today. And Arsenal, they will be watching this game with keen interest, hoping that Liverpool can do them a favour today and City can go further behind Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. For Manchester City, we're left just, you know, we've got to win this game. It's a must-win game. It's as simple and as easy as that. And it's not going to be easy. Anfield's ground, notoriously very difficult to play at. The pitch is the smallest in the Premier League. It's easy to press. It's easy to force a mistake. Pep's always struggled whenever he's taken Man City to Anfield as well. The only time that we've beaten Liverpool at Anfield under Pep was when Man City managed to do it during the COVID season when there were no fans in the stadium. But whilst they've had fans in the stadium, we've just never beaten Liverpool at Anfield. And that just showcases what we're up against today. And my expectation has to be with what always happens, which is City just simply don't win at Anfield. But if we want to win the Premier League, hoodoos need to come to an end, and this Anfield hoodoo needs to come to an end as well. And Manchester City need to find a way here to pick up a big 3 points. It will be a little bit of a blow to Arsenal, who I'm sure probably won't lose that much sleep on it because they've got a 6-point gap on Man City as the worst case scenario. But Arsenal will have looked at Man City's fixtures. They'll have highlighted which games they think Man City are going to potentially drop points in. And this is the biggest game that's going to have the biggest highlight for them, because this is just notoriously a ground and a game where Man City simply do not win. So we've got to end that today. That 23-year pain of not winning at Anfield with fans, it's got to come to an end today if we want to win the Premier League. It's, for me, as simple and as clear as day as that. I would go as far to suggest a Man City defeat today. I don't think we're going to win the Premier League. So because of that, that's the importance. It's, for me, just a do-all or end-all for Man City. If I'm Manchester City, I'm looking at this, and if it is a defeat for us today and we do go 9 points behind Arsenal, I would start taking the FA Cup very seriously. I'd take Salford next week very seriously. Normally, I'd suggest doing rotation and stuff, but we get a 7-day break after that FA Cup game. I'd take that Salford game very seriously, because that's a more realistic chance of us lifting a major piece of silverware at the end of the season than what the Premier League would be if we don't end up winning this game today. So it's really just not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. I think Pep's been a bit overcautious with the team today, which we'll speak about in just one moment. Liverpool haven't really changed anything up, so they're just going with the same old, same old. It's Man City that are looking to try and tinker and alter themselves to try and make things a bit tighter and make it a little more difficult. But I look at the two teams and I'm thinking to myself, first goal scorer for today's game. The team that scores first for me goes on and wins this game. A draw doesn't really suit Liverpool. A draw doesn't really suit Manchester City either. So all on the line as far as I'm concerned here. All on the line. I'm not looking forward to it, I'll be honest with you guys, because I don't think Man City are going to win this game. But positive thoughts. So, before I do crack on with this live watch along, and we'll speak about the teams in just one moment, please do leave a thumbs up on today's stream. We are aiming for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We're currently 85 likes away from that aim, so any help towards that, guys, would be great. Also, don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the live chat. Task, welcome, thank you for tuning in. Reckons Liverpool going to win this game with VAR in there, because VAR do normally side with them, or Man City have had their fair share of arguments with VAR over the last few weeks, haven't they? So I think the less said about that, the better. But Task, welcome, thank you for tuning in. All Things Football, welcome, thanks for tuning in. Says feeling nervous for today's game. I just feel like we've got nothing to lose. So I'm not nervous for today's game. My expectation is we lose. So, you know, when you're in that position, you don't really have anything to lose. I've already accepted what's going to happen to Manchester City. So it's just one of them unusual games, isn't it, really? I'm just hoping we can put in a good performance and see if we can make something stick. I mean, the only slimmer of hope that I can see, a little sliver of hope for Manchester City, is Liverpool just haven't been as good at Anfield this season. Defeats against Forest, defeats against PSV. They've just not been very good, to be honest. So, but I still don't think Man City are going to win today, I'm afraid. I'd like to say I do, but I don't. Jean, welcome. Thanks for tuning in from his vacation. Glad you've enjoyed yourself, and happy to see you once more tuning in. Happy for the correct time zone as well. Saying 1 hour ahead of the UK now, a bit easier to manage than the 7 hours ahead. How was your vacation? It was Thailand, wasn't it, that you went to? Do hope you had a cracking time there. J Lovebug, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. As well, do hope you are well. Mayor, thanks for tuning in. Rayan Cherki on the bench for Man City today. We'll speak about that in just one moment. Argyle happy with that. Thanks for tuning in. Didn't want Rayan Cherki starting in today's game. J Lovebug reckons a draw for today's game, but wants a win. I'm hoping that we can. Jean going with a draw. Doesn't want to jinx it, as always. That's fair enough. Jean says, speak Pep. The rumour becomes louder and louder that Pep won't extend. My expectation is he won't extend. It's just I'm not so sure about whether he's going to be here for next season or not. I hear conflicting pieces of information. Pep Guardiola, every time he speaks about it, seems pretty convinced that he's going to be staying, but rumours get louder and louder, and it's difficult to read the rumours because you don't know who's spreading the rumours. You don't know if it's an agenda-driven rumour or whether it's factual rumours. And there's been some pretty reliable sources close to City that have said potentially Pep's going to be leaving. So it's certainly of deliberation to Pep. The question is Pep going to want to walk away mid-transition with Man City not at the top of their game, or does he want to leave Man City if they are potentially at the top of their game? So I'm looking towards, major pieces of silverware. I'm more looking towards, the biggest of the lot, the Premier League, the Champions League. And I just feel like Pep Guardiola would, for how successful he's been, if he was to leave Man City, he'd want to leave Man City with Man City winning one of the biggest trophies. I don't think Pep would want to leave and basically, make the media happy that they feel like they've driven him out, because they obviously don't want him and Man City to be really successful. And, Pep Guardiola in his press conferences has been a bit, it's almost like he's just had enough of the media. So he's just started making a bit of a mockery of them, even with reliable journalists like David Ornstein, just making a complete mockery with some of his answers that he's been coming out with. So I don't really know which way to read it. It's a difficult reading of the situation. And I believe, I don't think Pep's made his mind up, and I think a lot depends on what does success look like for Man City come the end of the season. The fact that Man City are wanting to just put themselves in a position where they've been speaking to some managers and making sure that if Pep does decide that it's time for him to leave, that Man City have got their next man identified, and they're going to push forward from there. So in the meantime, it's just business end of the season now. It's got to be wins. We're a game here against Liverpool at Anfield. Want to win the Premier League? We've got to come to Anfield. You got to win. Got Fulham midweek at the Etihad Stadium. You want to win the Premier League? Got to win them games. So we'll see. Odin, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you are well. Bernardo Silva has started in midfield. We'll speak about the teams in just one moment. Thank you very much, Odin, as well. Closing in on 50k subscribers, now less than 1,600 subs away. So any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. Do subscribe. Social media links you can find in the description as well. If you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Corey, welcome, going for a 3-2 victory today for Manchester City. There's a lot of positivity. I've got the poll rolling in the chat, and 73% of you guys think City are winning today, so I rate the positivity. I'm not feeling as optimistic. I'm more with the 12% that have gone with a Liverpool win, 15% going with a draw for today's game. So what do you think is going to happen? Get your score prediction in the chat, get your vote in on the poll as well, and do let me know where you are tuning in from as well. Task, welcome, thank you for tuning in. Says, tell Rodri to return the Ballon d'Or. We're cursed. Well, it's a great honour for him to win it, and obviously with him picking up the very serious ACL injury and his road to recovery. He's getting near 30 years old. There's a drop of pace. I just feel like a player as good as what Rodri can be, I just feel like he needs extra support around him. Obviously, you need him quick defenders, you need him players to invert, he's needing the support in midfield. I think the days of Rodri playing as a lone defensive midfielder for me are over. I don't think he's ever going to get that pace back. The Premier League's never going to not be physical and not be quick. It's always going to be a very physically demanding league. So to help with a physically demanding league, you need other physical, quick players around him to help him to embed himself in. But if he's struggling to adapt, again, might be why there's a bit of a delay on Rodri signing a new contract. Goes into the end of his contract with Manchester City next season. I wouldn't be surprised at some point in the next 12 to 18 months where Man City start contemplating life without Rodri. Rodri, ACL injury, recovery, and losing a little bit of pace and getting a little bit older. I'm sure he'll be thinking about a return back to Spain in La Liga, where the league isn't as physically demanding, where it is a bit easier for him to get back into tip-top shape, and it's also not as demanding on his physical presence, and also not as demanding in terms of his pace for him to be able to embed himself in Spain. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Rodri potentially head over to La Liga if it doesn't come this summer. I'm not convinced that he'll sign a new contract, and I think it's just it's up to Manchester City to ensure that we're in a good, strong position, that we start to look at life. Pep Guardiola's contract's up in 2027 as well. We'll start looking at what life looks like post Bernardo, post Rodri, post Pep Guardiola. You've got to look towards the next generation of players, and the Manchester City 10-year era coming to an end, the decade of dominance that we've had. And Manchester City have got to put themselves in a strong position that you're able to take your crown back and able to dominate football again for the next 5 to 10 years. And that's why we've been looking at transitioning, and we're not through the transition. The transition will continue into next season, and with what we're looking at in terms of contracts, I'm convinced it's probably going to go on well into 2027, maybe into 2028. So in the meantime, you've just got to persevere. Man City have invested a heck of a lot of money into their squad and brought in some real solid players over the last 12 months or so. So yeah, there's some good players in there. I like Marmoush. I'd like to see Marmoush given more first-team opportunities. So I'm delighted to see him get more first-team opportunities today in this big game at Anfield. Haaland, I want to see more from him. Looking towards even the likes of players on the bench, Foden, Tijjani Reijnders. Again, looking at potential next generation of players at Manchester City. Marc Guehi being brought in, quality addition in my opinion. Antoine Semenyo, I'm sure, will go from strength to strength. So, this is what we're looking for: new blood, new energy, players who aren't as experienced in winning the big trophies, who can learn from some of the very biggest and best players in football and the best coaches in football, and look to be able to get back, mentally to where they want to be able to challenge to win the Premier League, and be able to, get to the latter stages of the Champions League and win domestic honours. That's what Man City have got to try and get back to, and it's not easy to do. It isn't easy to do. It's the first time that we've transitioned under Hugo Viana. Last time we did this, it was under Pep Guardiola, who was nice and fresh. Everything was brand new to him. He had a point to prove. Same with Cherki. He'd invested a lot of time and money to bring Pep Guardiola in, and they managed to make a way for it to work. And when they got it right, it set Man City up for the next 5 to 10 years. And that's what we've got to try and get back to here for this upcoming summer transfer window as well. Tito makes a good point. Would I cash in on Rodri? it depends how much we'd be able to get for him. If Rodri's indicating maybe he doesn't want to sign a new contract and the right offer comes in, I don't think I'd hesitate. And I think, as Jean says, Real Madrid ready and waiting. I can't see it being any other club than Real Madrid. Do Man City want to dance with the devil and let Real Madrid have Rodri? I just... you don't want to be reactionary. You don't want to judge it off the last couple of performances. You got to look at it as a whole. He's a player who's getting towards 30 years old, who's competing in the most physical league in Europe, who's recovering from an ACL injury, who, for me, doesn't have all the right support around him to be able to get the very best out of Rodri. And I just feel like, whilst we've had him out injured for over 12 months, we're starting to look at what life looks like without Rodri. And it was very difficult to start with, but we did adapt. That Nico G and how good he's been this season. And he's now rotating with Rodri at this moment in time. So I don't want to be controversial, but I think that's something I'd think about. I think it is something that I would think about if I was Manchester City. At the end of the day, it's up to what Rodri wants to do. Look at the finances of it. It's a very expensive new contract. I'm sure he'll be wanting, 300, 350, maybe even £400,000 a week. That's a heck of a lot of wage. We've already got big contracts. Players like Marmoush, Erling Haaland, Guehi, all big earners at Man City. So, yeah. Very difficult. Task reckons 100 million comes in. It won't be for 12 months left on his contract. It won't be anywhere near 100 million pounds. But if I can't come up with a figure off top of my head, but it won't be 100 million pounds. But I certainly wouldn't be lingering towards the likes of 10, 15, 20 million pounds either. You're probably looking at a number that's somewhere in between that. You're looking at a Ballon d'Or winner. It's not it's a very big transfer to get done, and realistically, the only club that's financially that can do that for a destination that Rodri's probably happy to go to would be Real Madrid. So I just think it's important that we start looking towards the next generation. Where's the next Rodri? Where's the next Kevin De Bruyne? Where's the next Vincent Kompany? Them kind of things. That's what we've got to be looking towards. And it's even the fact of the matter is it's so difficult to do this. Manager as well. You look at who's the next Pep Guardiola, who's the next big thing. Arsenal have backed Mikel Arteta in the hope that he can get it right. And this season now is looking like a very big season for Mikel Arteta. I feel like this season for Mikel Arteta is his season, or he's never going to have that season, and he's never going to be that next generation of manager. And I think that's just something that City are probably going to consider as well when it comes to who do they regard as being the right man to replace Pep Guardiola. Is it going to be Vincent Kompany, who's doing a good job at Bayern Munich right now? Does Vincent Kompany want to leave Bayern Munich? Is it going to be, as Jean says there, is it going to be Xabi Alonso? He's available. Is it going to be Cesc Fabregas doing a very good job in Italy? Is it going to be Enzo Maresca? I feel like Maresca is a very safe option for Man City, and a lot of people had turned their nose up at Maresca, but we don't know what life looks like post Pep Guardiola, and whoever's going to be the man that takes charge of Man City after Pep Guardiola is going to be the man that's in for a heck of a lot of slack. It's like David Moyes when he took over from Alex Ferguson. It was mission impossible. And it would just, he's a good manager, but he's not as good as what Sir Alex Ferguson is. So no one wanted to give him time. Whereas I feel like Maresca would be a real good, almost, so to speak, like a fall guy for Man City. A man who the expectations are going to drop off. We know he's not Pep Guardiola. We know we're not going to be as good. So it almost takes the pressure away from the team until it gives you a bit more time to go, well, who is the right manager to take us forward? Who's the manager that we want to be looking at? And I'm absolutely convinced since we brought in Hugo Viana, I'm convinced of this, that had Ruben Amorim been more patient to Sporting CP, I reckon he would have been Pep Guardiola's successor. Ultimately, he weren't prepared to wait, and he went to Manchester United. It weren't the right fit, and he's going to struggle now to be able to pick up a good job, and he's got to do a bit of a rebuild for his own career. So, yeah, it is what it is. Jay Lovebug says Rodri not going back. He's not long back from injury. Give him a full season, then decisions can be made. It needs time. It does need time. It needs rotation. It's just how much time is he prepared to give himself? We will have a good 5-6 months worth of information. The question is, does he want to do another 12 months with Man City, see out his contract and see where the land lies, so to speak? Real Madrid might not be interested in going into business with Man City. I have heard that as well, that they've cooled their interest in Rodri and they're only interested if he's a free agent. There'll be a lot of clubs interested in Rodri if he's a free agent, so it might be a case where he sees out the rest of his Manchester City contract. Same with Pep Guardiola. He might want to, say, I've signed my contract till 2027, I'm going to be here till 2027. It might be just as simple as that. We'll see. Task we did miss on João Neves. Very good player. Very good player. Geffen reckons a 1-1 prediction today, going with Haaland and Ekiteke to score the goals. So we'll very quickly just run through the teams for today's game if you've not already had a look. We'll start with our opponents, Liverpool. They're lining up with Alisson starting in goal. Joe Gomez hasn't managed to make the squad for Liverpool today, so a blow for them, going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Szoboszlai in quality in midfield, playing at right back. I think that's something that Man City needs to be looking to target. Konate starting at centre-back alongside Van Dijk. Cherki starting on the left-hand side. He struggled a little bit at Liverpool, and I think I'm looking towards where's them weaknesses. Well, I think that back line. Cherki, Szoboszlai playing out of position. Van Dijk, since his injury, hasn't looked as good as what he can be, in my opinion. Midfield, Gravenberch, Mac Allister, it's decent. They've got Florian Wirtz playing in a more central position behind striker Ekiteke, who's had a very good season so far. Salah started on one side, and they've got physical presence of Cody Gakpo, the Netherlands international, starting on the left-hand side. Their bench made up of Endo, Chiesa, Jones, Mamardashvili, Robertson, Woodman, Nyoni, Ramsey, and Ngomahar. So that's Liverpool's team. Manchester City lining up with a 4-3-3 formation as the players making their way out of the tunnel at Anfield ready for today's game. We're lining up with a 4-3-3 formation. Donnarumma starting in goal. Back four made up of Matheus Nunes, Abdukodir Khusanov, Marc Guehi and Rayan Ait-Nouri. Midfield three made up of Rodri, Nico O'Reilly and Bernardo Silva. Antoine Semenyo looks like he's going to be going on the right-hand side. Omar Marmoush goes on the left-hand side in the absence of Jeremy Doku. And Erling Haaland starts as Manchester City's striker. On the bench for City today, you've got James Trafford, Ruben Dias, recently back from injury, been training all of this week, could potentially get some minutes here if needed. Tijjani Reijnders, Nathan Ake, Rayan Cherki, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, Max Allister, and Rico Lewis. More experienced players on the bench there for City as they continue to get players back from injury, which is good. Great that Bernardo Silva's over his knock, fit and ready. It's great that we've got Nico G ready, fit and available, along with Ruben Dias and options from the bench. Rayan Cherki, I think, is one of the biggest talking points. In terms of that midfield and creativity, they've gone with the extra protection there. They've gone with Nico O'Reilly ahead of Nico G or Phil Foden or Rayan Cherki. I didn't think Bernardo Silva would have been fit to start this game, so I'd have thought that would have been the more logical swap here and going with Nico O'Reilly and Rodri playing right in front of defence and letting Rayan Cherki basically try and create for the likes of Marmoush, Haaland and Antoine Semenyo. But Man City obviously looking for Bernardo to drop a bit deeper and trying to protect more of the defence and protect more of midfield. So what I'm expecting here, very similar to what I saw from Man City at the Emirates Stadium back in September. Man City going more compact, tighter, not as much space for Liverpool to work with. How's their creativity? Can they find the opening goal, or can Man City, through the power and pace of the likes of Semenyo, Haaland, Marmoush? It's a frightening front three, that, by the way. There's plenty of gold, and if Man City can find service to try and get Marmoush, Haaland and Semenyo involved, then that's going to be a very difficult afternoon for the likes of Cherki, Szoboszlai, Konate and Virgil van Dijk. The only issue is in terms of how are you going to create for that front three, which is why I would have gone with Rayan Cherki, our main creator. We haven't. We put him on the bench, and I'd love to know your thoughts of that, guys, in the chat, because I'd have started him. I really would. So, yeah, they're my thoughts. Social Tube thinks a mistake made by Pep Guardiola not starting Rayan Cherki for today's game. Potentially, you could be right. And Jean, it would have been nice to have seen the Wirtz Cherki little cameo going on for either side, but we're not going to see it potentially until maybe the second half. I imagine Cherki will get some minutes today. The question is, just how many. So guys, just before we do have kickoff, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 70 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do get your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and what your score prediction is for today's game. Also, don't forget as well to excuse me, to subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City content here on YouTube. Doing a live watch along today. We'll be back with another live watch along as well for Man City's game on Wednesday evening, where we're taking on Fulham at home at the Etihad Stadium. So we're back with another live watch along for them for you guys to enjoy. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Right, we're set to have kickoff. Going to end the poll there for this game. Manchester City going to be getting us underway, attacking from left to right. Playing in their sky blue kits today. Sky blue shirts, white shorts, sky blue socks. Liverpool attacking from right to left, playing in their all red kits, red shirts, red shorts and red socks, as we do get kickoff for today's game between Liverpool and Manchester City. Big game, this one. Must-win game for City. Long ball sent forward by Donnarumma. Manages to get a little flick on from Antoine Semenyo. Liverpool can get it clear. Manchester City will mop that one up, and Donnarumma will receive the ball again. Here's Rodri then, working it to the right-hand side, where he's got Khusanov under a bit of pressure from Cody Gakpo. And Hugo Ekiteke looking to get the Liverpool fans involved as much as possible. Remember, this is a big game for Liverpool. Big game today due to their needing a win. They're needing points to try and basically keep in touch with Manchester United, keep in touch with Chelsea, keep in touch with Aston Villa, with Manchester City even as well, as they look to try and race in towards a potential Champions League finish, which at the minute is a top 4 spot, potentially will be another top 5 spot. We'll have to wait and see, but we're at a point in the season, this is where the season gets exciting, where every point matters. And we could really do with us making our points matter. Long ball sent forward here. Konate under pressure from Omar Marmoush, Egyptian international. Konate does a good job there. And he can find his pass back to Alisson. Sends it long. Not the best of balls forward. And Rayan Ait-Nouri can win his header. Florian Wirtz gives it away. Here's Bernardo Silva. A chance for him to maybe create something. For Haaland! For Haaland! For Haaland, and he misses. It's a good save from Alisson. It just wouldn't quite sit there for Erling Haaland. A massive, massive opportunity there for Manchester City, and good defending from Kerkez in the end. And Liverpool managed to keep their clean sheet intact, at least for now. Daniel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Good, thank you for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. That was a big early opportunity, that, for Erling Haaland. Manages to get a clean effort on goal. It's a good save from the keeper. It was more the follow-up. And it was good defending. It just wouldn't quite sit right for Erling Haaland to put the ball into the back of the net. And that would have been an all-important opening goal here. Because with, obviously, City going with what looks like a more defensive setup would have given Man City something to defend. So, Jean, of course, all Everton fans will be supporting City. They'll want Liverpool to lose. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Eventually the offside is given against Liverpool there. I'm not even sure if the flag went up. It was a good... I mean, Haaland had a pass available to... He was only thinking about one thing and scoring a goal. It's really good defending. It's Kerkez there that puts Haaland under pressure that he has to rush. Really good defending. I don't think it's a bad miss. I think it's more just really good defending that it forces Erling Haaland. He gets the clean effort, a clean shot away, but it's good goalkeeping with Alisson reading the situation to advance and get Haaland under pressure. I think it's even better defending from Kerkez to show good strength on Haaland to stop him from getting to the ball. And Kerkez looked like he wanted that just as much as Erling Haaland, and he always just had that extra step on Haaland to make the interception. Early opportunity that, though, for Man City, no doubt. Very early opportunity. And City not clinical there. And City do like the first half, to remember. It's more second halves where we struggle to score goals. And we've not scored in the Premier League in 2026 in the second half. Which is not a good statistic for Man City to have. As Marc Guehi finds his pass to Cody Khusanov, who does well, actually, to keep that in and stop that going out for... a corner. Here's Rodri now back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Gives the ball to Cody Khusanov. He can't get his ball clear. He's going to have to try and protect this. He's got to take the touch, and it's kept in. And in the end, desperate for Man City, Bernardo Silva can get it clear. He does well, actually, to stop that from going out for a corner there, Rayan Ait-Nouri. And Man City can actually look to try and bring Nico O'Reilly forward here on a potential counter-attack. Not the best of passes, and Haaland can't get there ahead of Van Dijk. It's a poor pass from Van Dijk, though. Here is Omar Marmoush. He might fancy putting his laces through this. He doesn't. Semenyo will. Off balance. Slices it. And into the cop end by Antoine Semenyo. Man City not scared to have some shots early in this first half. City just looking a bit shaky at the back. Just been rushed. Just need to keep a calm head. Khusanov just couldn't quite get the ball clear, and it nearly led to a problem there. Being put under pressure from Hugo Ekiteke. Here's Kerkez with the touch. Manages to bring it forward twice, and I'm not sure if Ekiteke was offside, but he left it, and I'm not sure why. So good ball that from Donnarumma. Finds Nico O'Reilly, who's going to push himself forward. Up against Dominic Szoboszlai. Just breezes past Szoboszlai, and then O'Reilly felt like he'd been pushed down, and he gets his feet tangled with Szoboszlai. Referee says it's going to be a free kick for Liverpool. Liverpool just take it quickly, and Liverpool will just move the ball on. Right, guys, whilst we've got everybody here, remember, don't have any rules here on the live watch along, but we do have a couple. Firstly, no spoiling it for others. That includes me. I'd appreciate nobody spoiling it for me. I am watching on Now TV. I'm about 20-ish seconds behind real time, which means some of you guys might be ahead of me. So I'd appreciate nobody popping spoilers into the chat, ruining it for me and ruining it for others. That's why we've got the clock on the chat, so you guys know where I'm up to. So, you know, not to spoil it for me, and you can choose to sync wherever you're watching from at home if you so wish, if you want to make it in real time. Unfortunately, as I said, when using Now TV watching Sky Sports, it does involve using a streaming platform. So when you're using Wi-Fi to be able to stream, it's always going to have a short delay. So that's the reason for that. So I'd appreciate nobody spoiling it for me and nobody spoiling it for others. I am relying on my mods that if people are attempting or doing them kind of thing, can you please just put them in a timeout and boot them out of the stream for the remainder of the stream would be much appreciated. I just normally do a 24-hour boot out, which would be much appreciated. Marmoush penalised. He's not happy there. Felt like it was 6 on one and half a dozen of the other. Liverpool get themselves a free kick, and City look to try and exploit a long ball and counter-attack. And the other rule is make sure you have a good time. Ultimately, that's what we have here on the JSGC channel. So through the first 7 minutes, Man City have looked more likely in front of goal, but it's Liverpool that's seen more of the ball, which is, you know, kind of what we was expecting. Man City have gone down 2 or 3 times now asking for a free kick from the referee, and 2 or 3 times the referee's not given a free kick for Manchester City, and City have been unhappy about that as Liverpool take a quick throw-in. It's not worked for them, and Gianluigi Donnarumma can get his foot to that one and get it clear. Rodri makes an interception. Liverpool have stepped forward, so again, there's another potential here for Man City to spring a counter-attack. There's just not too much support in midfield, so if you've got a ball played behind you like Rodri had played to Marmoush, and Marmoush is forced to turn back, the time it takes Marmoush to turn back, Liverpool get the extra players back, and it's pretty much the end of the counter-attack. Because Man City just aren't getting enough bodies from midfield forward. They don't want to take that risk. They're there for the midfield protection pretty much, so it's always going to be a case where one midfielder gets forward and 2 sits deep. If Bernardo gets forward, then O'Reilly and Rodri sit deep. If Rodri goes forward, then obviously O'Reilly and Bernardo will sit deep, and etc., etc. City finally get themselves a free kick. Marmoush brought down, and City got themselves a free kick here inside the Liverpool half. Not in shooting range. I think it's a bit too far out, but a position where Man City might be able to put a ball into the box in the rain on Merseyside. Liverpool's not all that far away from Greater Manchester where I am, and I can see some blue skies dotted around where I am, no rain. Oh, maybe something's blowing in from the coast. Bernardo Silva stood over this. Man City have taken their opportunity to send Guehi forward. Abdukodir Khusanov's in there. Erling Haaland's in there. Semenyo, Marmoush are also in there. Bernardo's going to put something into the box. It's a free-ish header, slightly behind Cody Khusanov, and goes into the stands and causes no problems for Alisson's goal. Isak's had a difficult season with injuries. I don't really understand why they signed Ekiteke and then signed Isak as well. That didn't really make much sense to me to go and sign both in a summer where they'd already spent a lot of money bringing in Florian Wirtz. I felt like Liverpool did that transfer because they can, and I actually felt like that was the case with Florian Wirtz. I weren't entirely sure that Florian Wirtz was the kind of player that they needed nor wanted at the time of bringing him in, but because he wanted them and they decided that they can do that they decided to do that. Obviously, with the untimely, very sad death of Diogo Jota, has meant that Liverpool's needed that extra attacking reinforcements, in particular a player who can be pretty versatile across the attacking line like Florian Wirtz can be, that it's ended up working for Liverpool in spots this season. But yeah, and as impressive as the names were that Liverpool had brought in, I do think their summer transfer window left a little bit to be desired, but they've not completely found a way to make it stick. And it's, when you win a Premier League, it's difficult with the motivation side of things, because you win a league and you've got to always look to try and improve. You can't afford to sit on it. So Liverpool have decided to act, and because of that, it means they're adjusting. So free kick comes in, ball's looping up in the air. Donnarumma manages to get a fist on that, and Ait-Nouri can mop that fully up as well. Liverpool managed to get enough bodies back to get that one clear and go out of play for a throw-in. So City just looking to try and be as aggressive as possible. I do expect, because I think this is true anyway, people ask, why have Man City not scored in second half? Why have we not looked as good in second halves? Excuse me. And I believe the reason is down to fatigue and fitness. We're going up against teams, like Liverpool today. Well, that's a good ball from Haaland. Marmoush looks offside. I expect Marmoush will score. No, he puts it wide. And now the flag, I think, will go up against Omar Marmoush. That was a big opportunity. And obviously you play to the whistle. The question here is Marmoush offside? I hope for his sake that he is. He does go really early, so it would have been a confirmed VAR of original on-field decision of offside. It would have been good practice for Marmoush to have put it in the back of the net. It worries me a little bit that Man City have had a couple of opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net and haven't put the ball into the back of the net. City been a bit wasteful. But yeah, I think Man City's drop-off in second half comes down to fitness and fatigue. We're not really getting a break. We've been playing every 3 to 4 days since Christmas, and I think we've really struggled with that. And we've still got another week or so of playing every 3 to 4 days before we finally get a little bit of a rest. O'Reilly gets a free kick. Man City take it quickly. O'Reilly's asking the question to the referee about it felt like it was a yellow card because it was a cynical foul on him, but here we are. City nearly give the ball away there from a not-so-crisp Rodri pass to Bernardo Silva. Thankfully, not intercepted, and Matheus Nunes can have the ball. Semenyo dropping deep. Semenyo's dropping into deeper positions, isn't he, today? Normally so used to seeing him in attack, but he's more acting as a midfielder. Here's Cody Khusanov, gives the ball to Donnarumma. Donnarumma to Rodri. There's Rodri's class there, under pressure, quick thinking, plays his pass to Khusanov, and Khusanov can spread the play, looking for Rayan Ait-Nouri. Lovely control from Ait-Nouri. Maybe it's an Algerian thing. The control you'd expect from Riyad Mahrez when we had him here. A beautiful ball from Khusanov and a beautiful bit of control on the ball there from Rayan Ait-Nouri. And I'm really happy that Man City are starting to utilise Ait-Nouri, because I thought it when we signed him in the summer. He's a real good player. We're just not seen the best of him yet. As Rodri has a shot and it takes a deflection, goes wide. I think that might have come off the heel of one of the City players, potentially Erling Haaland, that a goal kick's being given. But I'm encouraged, taking shots from 25, 30 yards out. It's a good thing, because it does lead to them kind of things. Things like deflections, it wrong foots the keeper. A slight deflection there from Erling Haaland and it wrong foots Alisson, and Man City go 1-0 up. Unfortunately, it takes a heavy deflection and ends up going wide. But that's what happens when you're having shots. It can lead to rebounds. It can lead to creating things. So I I'm encouraged by these first 13 minutes or so here, guys. I think it's been a very positive start from Man City. Liverpool look a bit shakier, like they've not got the answer. Man City look like they're pushing here for the opening goal and look good and look comfortable. It's just our back line looks shaky every now and then when Liverpool are putting us under pressure. I do think Liverpool's midfield sitting very high, though. It's allowing Man City to be able to play these long balls in that's causing all kinds of problems. Semenyo fancies a foot race with Kerkez. He'll win the foot race, plays an early ball across looking for Marmoush, who does get into the box. However, Alisson reads it well, and will find the interception for Liverpool. I think what you're looking at here is just two very good teams who are happy for this to be end-to-end, toe-for-toe, as Liverpool look to try again to thread their passing. It's not there, and Guehi, under pressure, does well, finds his pass to Bernardo, and here comes Manchester City again. Semenyo looking for Haaland. Haaland couldn't take the ball in his path. Semenyo not happy, felt like his ball was perfectly fine to Haaland, and he should have controlled it. Haaland doesn't, not on the same wavelength, and it ultimately leads to Liverpool having a potential opportunity, which Marc Guehi will deal with. He'll find his pass to Rayan Ait-Nouri. Ait-Nouri's looked so good for Man City today for me. So good. Rodri then finds his pass to Matheus Nunes. City burst forward here through Nunes. He's got a pass here to Marmoush if he wants to use him. Marmoush goes down in the area. Referee says coming together. No penalty. There's a few times in these little 50-50s that City have challenged, asking for fouls to be given, and the referee's not giving it. Let's have a look. There's initially a bit of pulling going on. I think the contact actually comes in. It does outside the area. So VAR won't get involved in this to say that they think that it's a free kick. They'll only get involved if they think that it's a penalty because the contact comes in outside the penalty area. It wouldn't be a penalty. So the original on-field decision will stand, and that on-field decision was a throw-in for Liverpool, no free kick for Manchester City. Jean, it is Super Bowl Sunday today. Says half-time break. Cadillac will reveal their F1 car. Well, that's very interesting. Lots of things happen. They know that lots of eyes are on the Super Bowl commercials. I've got work early in the morning, so I'm not going to be staying up and watching it, unfortunately. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to avoid the spoilers tomorrow, and I'm going to watch it on demand once I've finished work and see what's going on. Chuck, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you're well, my friend. That's a good ball from Haaland. Finds Marmoush, and a good interception comes in from Dominic Szoboszlai, and Manchester City will have their first corner of the game. It's been a good, bright start from Manchester City. It's been a very competitive start. Lots of questions being asked of Liverpool. We've done real well to force Liverpool onto the back foot. City have got to keep the momentum going. Got to keep it going. 18th minute now. Marc Guehi's in there. Ait-Nouri's in there. Marmoush going to be taking the corner here for Manchester City. Corner does come in. It's deep, header! Oh, that's deceiving, that camera angle. It looked like that was just going to be a free header into the back of the net for Manchester City, but good defending from Liverpool. Bernardo Silva thought about putting another ball into the box there on the right-hand side. He's opted against it, so that means that Marc Guehi's going to have to move his way all the way back for Manchester City's defensive line. Is Matheus Nunes. Doesn't need to do a cross-field pass. That would be silly in such a position. Here is Cody Khusanov now. He'll give the ball to Marc Guehi. He's got options here, left and right. He'll go right to Cody Khusanov. He's got the option of Bernardo Silva. Plays a 1-2 with Khusanov. Khusanov again, like Guehi before, has got options left and right. Decides he'll have a little push forward. Plays a good direct pass into Nico O'Reilly, and Ait-Nouri's looking to go and try and get forward here. Gets a bit of support here from Rodri, who has a bit of space. That's always a dangerous thing to do. He plays a long ball forward looking for Haaland, headed clear by Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool look to try and bring a counter-attack in on Manchester City. Rayan Ait-Nouri there helping for Manchester City to intercept thanks to a good Rodri flick on. Here is Nico O'Reilly. We're not getting many calls from the referee at the minute. You're correct there, J Lovebug. Ait-Nouri did well to keep that one in, and I think he's managed to get Man City a free kick there. And Dominic Szoboszlai just put it through his legs. Megsed him. And then gets a little contact. And you see, the difficulty is, the contact comes off the field, so where's the free kick going to be? So Oslai's boot makes contact with Ait-Nouri, but it's out of touch. Since we've got a free kick then. Just slightly in touch here for Bernardo Silva to take. Again, Haaland's in there, Guehi's in there, Khusanov's in there, Semenyo's in there. What can City do from this set piece then? Another question for the Liverpool defence, who's held firm and held well so far. Bernardo Silva puts the ball in. Headed clear there by, I think that's Cody Gakpo winning the header. And potential counter-attack there. Salah goes down. He wants a free kick. He can't believe a free kick's not being given. Referee said Ait-Nouri's won the ball. So Man City have the ball once more after Liverpool were looking to try and be devastating on the counter-attack. Cody Khusanov now gives the ball to Matheus Nunes on the right. He's got Antoine Semenyo in a little bit of space. He's going to have to pivot and turn under pressure from Alexis Mac Allister, World Cup winner with Argentina back in 2022, looking to try and retain their trophy, of course, in North America in the summer when we've got the World Cup. Here is Rayan Ait-Nouri now, gives the ball to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly hoping to get that call up to the World Cup, of course. Cody Khusanov keeps himself injury-free. Will be off to the World Cup with Uzbekistan, making their first ever appearance at the FIFA World Cup. Marc Guehi hoping to be on the plane with England as well. Gives the ball to Rayan Ait-Nouri, just back from the African Cup of Nations with Algeria. Here is Rodri. He's going to ping a ball in, looking for Omar Marmoush under pressure from Dominic Szoboszlai. Marmoush thought about putting a ball in. He decides against it. Here's Guehi back to Rayan Ait-Nouri. Looks to put a ball in and comes off, I think, came off the boot of Dominic Szoboszlai and didn't get an extra flick on from Rayan Ait-Nouri, and that will be a throw-in for Manchester City as Anfield bursts into applause for Diogo Jota. I don't know if it's his birthday or something as to why, but here's another attack in the penalty area. Marmoush has his shot and it's just wide there from Omar Marmoush. Man City now asking for a corner. Well kept in there from Rayan Ait-Nouri, played his ball across. Haaland made a dashing run, played his pass into Marmoush. It was always slightly ahead of him. Should be a corner that for Man City. Good defending from Liverpool. Good block as well as that Gravenberch with the block. So corner taken short. Matheus Nunes going to put a ball in. Headed down by Marc Guehi. It's a well-worked set piece. That just didn't quite work out. And a comfortable save there for Alisson, who sends it long. Khusanov, that's well headed by Cody Khusanov. Really well headed. And Man City can come away with the ball once more. This is as sharp of a 22 minutes that I've seen from Man City so far this season. And a pitch and a stadium that we always really struggle at. Man City have made a real good account of themselves. First 22 minutes, the only thing we've not done really is score a goal. You know, Liverpool have had no shots in the game so far. Man City have had 6, 2 on target, a couple of good opportunities, just not come away with the goal, as Seamus says there. City getting the chances, they're just not capitalising upon them, and it's been a poor do in front of goal from Man City. And you've got to wonder about how long is it going to take for Liverpool to sort this out before potentially they'll create their own opportunities, and, you know, it's going to be a classic case of Liverpool just get that one chance, one goal, and boom, all your hard work that you've done all game's been completely undone. How often have we seen that from Man City over the years under Pep Guardiola, of one shot, one goal from the opposition? So you've always got to defensively be on it, be wary of that. City will be wary of that, but found some real good ways of creating opportunities, just not being clinical in front of goal. And ultimately, football's always decided about who's going to be clinical in front of goal and who's going to score. Right, we're just 14 likes away from 100. From 50 likes. Any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here. Tito says, Ait-Nouri providing the width on the left can be the key to opening them up. It could. Ait-Nouri getting into a lot of space. His ball control's been very good. He's been one of the best players on the pitch first 24 minutes or so here at Anfield, in my opinion, and a good shout with Rayan Ait-Nouri. And it's a good bit of pressing there from Man City. Nico O'Reilly helping for Man City to win the ball back in the penalty area. Bernardo Silva plays a lovely ball across the 6-yard box. Nobody's there, unfortunately. Haaland can give it to Antoine Semenyo. He has his shot well blocked by Kerkez. Kerkez having a good performance for Liverpool so far, making himself known. And another opportunity goes amiss for Man City, but they will have themselves another corner. From an attacking point of view, it's been all about Man City these opening 24 minutes or so. Can Man City find their goal? That is the question. Bernardo Silva then with the corner for City. Haaland in there again. Khusanov's in there again. Marc Guehi in there. Bernardo then to take for Manchester City. Looks for the near post. Ekiteke wins the header and will head that one clear. Bernardo will keep this one in again. There was potentially a slip that came in from the greasy surface, as that's a ball that's too deep from Bernardo. Right idea, not quite the execution. Doesn't work for Manchester City, and that'll be a goal kick for Liverpool. More than halfway through this first half, Manchester City, I think, have been the better team. Liverpool defensively have held with Manchester City. Arne Slot in discussion with his coaches, Pep Guardiola in contact with Liverpool's former assistant manager, Pep Guardiola. Bit of pushing and shoving going on there between Gakpo and Nunes. Gakpo, I said, he's very physical, good player, does well and helps Liverpool to formulate their own attack here, which they could have their own first shots, and they do. Deflection comes in, and Liverpool will get themselves their first corner of the game. Good bit of defending there from Marc Guehi. Was he offside was the question? Possibly. Would have been a tight call had Marc Guehi not come in with the block. He does, so it'll be a corner, but more defending here for Manchester City to do. Liverpool's first corner of the game as well. Man City conceded the most goals from corners, from headers in the Premier League this season. Defending a set pieces, not been amazing at times. Van Dijk's in there, Ekiteke's in there, corner comes in. Not fully dealt with there by City, and Virgil Van Dijk can pick that up at the back post and play his pass back. Andrew, welcome, thanks for tuning in. Here's Dominic Szoboszlai plays his pass in, looking for Nico O'Reilly. Van Dijk's convinced it should have been a throw-in. Dominic Szoboszlai's convinced it should have been a throw-in for Liverpool, but referee says no deflection. Throw-in for Manchester City. Gavin, I think City have been the better team in the first 26 minutes for me. Liverpool just started to create their first opportunity there. The first 26 minutes have been all about Manchester City. I'm not too sure that did take a deflection off Antoine Semenyo, to be honest. Is that going to be a corner? It is going to be a corner for Liverpool. This time on the other side. In front of the Anfield Road end, where the Manchester City fans are housed to one side. I think recently expanded as well. So more defending for City to do here in the rain on Merseyside. Liverpool with a corner. In the 28th minute, Dominic Szoboszlai. He's had a very good season, I think, for Liverpool so far. Going to be taking the corner. Again, obvious threats. Likes of Ekiteke in there, Van Dijk in there, Konate in there. City got to be wary of these set pieces. Corner comes in. Keeper, got to get a fist on that. Donnarumma does get a fist on that. Gets it clear. Only as far as Szoboszlai. He's going to put another ball in. It's going deep. Donnarumma, got to shout for it. He's flapped. A long ball comes in and thankfully not very good. Donnarumma there just looked... He's looked shaky, hasn't he, Donnarumma, at times this season with these long looping aerial balls played into the box. Donnarumma's got to do better. He's in no man's land. Thankfully, the ball from Salah on the volley, and it's a difficult ball in, but a player as good as what Mohamed Salah is, I'm surprised Salah's not got that on the money, ready for Ekiteke to win the header and put Liverpool 1-0 up. That is an opportunity for Liverpool. Salah knows it, a little smile on his face. He knows he can do it. And that would have been a big time error from Manchester City's goalkeeper. Got to be better. Salah slapping the ground in frustration. He wanted a free kick. Referee says no. Doesn't really matter because Man City give the ball away. And this time Liverpool will get a free kick on Nico O'Reilly, who said I've not touched him. I've not touched him. Referee says free kick though. Liverpool take it quickly rather than putting a ball into the box, which I'm surprised about. Surely you're looking at Donnarumma flat from the last set piece and you're thinking, I'm playing a looping aerial ball towards him again. Would you not? Surprised he took that so quickly. Should be a throw-in for Liverpool and is just inside their own half. Liverpool last 4 or 5 minutes got a better grip on this game. City now got to be defensively weary. City are happy for Liverpool just to have a little bit of the ball. It's been a very energetic first 25 minutes for Man City at the moment as we enter into 40 likes, just 10 likes away from 50. Any help towards that, guys, would be great. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. Poor ball that from Liverpool. Ait-Nouri just sends a ball forward and Alisson will pick that one up and he'll look to get Liverpool back underway as quickly as possible. Ait-Nouri had gone out on the other side. Liverpool fans not happy about Ait-Nouri just getting back up after claiming that he was injured, but he's got to get back to help Man City in a defensive position, and Haaland does very well to help Man City win the ball back. Here's Bernardo Silva. He's got no support here, so he's going to end up running out of room, and Kerkez will find the interception. Liverpool will send it long. Header won by Cody Gakpo. A criminally underrated player, Cody Gakpo, in my opinion. Gives you, power and presence in your attack. Semenyo, again, looking for his threaded pass forward. I think he's not quite on the same wavelength with Erling Haaland. And this is what I've been speaking about in the last couple of games with Erling Haaland, and why I spoke about in the preview before Man City's game against Newcastle in the League Cup, and why I spoke about in the preview to this game as well, about Erling Haaland's attitude. Semenyo plays a pass. Haaland should be on that wavelength, and he should be reading that pass is coming in, and he isn't. And his first reaction when the pass doesn't come in is he chucks his arms in the air and then just kind of has his back to the player that's that's played the pass in, and he just doesn't bother. Here's Ekiteke up against Guehi. Guehi does very well there. Very, very well. And he gets Man City a goal kick as well. Super, super defending from Marc Guehi, the man who looked like he was set to sign for Liverpool on transfer deadline day in the summer. But he doesn't. And Liverpool's loss, Manchester City's gain, bringing him in January. And a super bit of defending there from the former Crystal Palace captain. And he does very well not only to stop Ekiteke getting a shot away, but get Man City a goal kick as well. Here's Liverpool. This game's too end-to-end for me to want to speak more about Haaland. Andrew, I want to address it. He has been off 2 goals in his last, 12 games now for Man City since Christmas. City played 12 times. Haaland's grabbed 2 goals. Gakpo wants to have a shot. Nunes defends it well. He's getting tugged. He says, I want a free kick. Gets a free kick there. And Manchester City, again, Liverpool just growing in a bit of confidence. City got to help try and weather these storms. Would have been offside for Gakpo if he'd managed to get a clean effort away and score. That wouldn't have counted. Yeah, it's Haaland's attitude. It's Semenyo's playing, he's dropping deeper, so I don't need to help come and win the ball back. And he does it. The most frustrating thing is he doesn't do it every time. Sometimes he tracks back and he's so good at doing it, but he doesn't do it every time. It's can I be bothered, or I don't get it. Here's Florian Wirtz, shows too much of that to Rodri. Man City can find the interception, the clearance through Gianluigi Donnarumma, but Nico O'Reilly can't get that one under control, and Liverpool again just going to force Man City here onto the back foot. Liverpool look the better team here for the last 5 to 10 minutes. Again, just Haaland just trotting around. Alisson's miles out of his goal, and it's not a good pass from Alisson, and Van Dijk can't control it. So a cheap throwing given away there from Liverpool. I don't know what it is from Haaland. It's almost like my expectation is to score goals. Give me my opportunity to score goals, which, I get. He's had his opportunity in this game, though. He didn't score. He has another opportunity here, and Alisson spills it and gathers it up at the second opportunity. So Haaland, that's his second effort here. But again, for a man who scores every 1 in 2 or 1 in 3, we can't afford passengers in this game. And we need Haaland to be as deadly as ever. And I don't know what it is with him. He's just... honestly, I don't know what it is with him. It's been very un-Erling Haaland-like. It's not Haaland-like to be not clinical. It's not Haaland-like not to be motivated and up for a game and, passionate for scoring goals and Manchester City and helping us to win. I don't know if it is the tactics. I don't know. I'm going back to what I said before about, are we just simply looking here at a fitness issue? Man City playing every 3 to 4 days. They're tired. They can't. They've done the 25 minutes now, and they're shattered, and they're gonna look to try and get this to half time to regroup and get a bit more energy again. And that's why I put so much emphasis on the need for Man City to reach the top 8 of the Champions League, so we're not playing an additional 2 games in February, and we end up going from playing every 3 to 4 days at the end of February, we end up playing 2 games in 2 weeks. It means the players get a nice fresh 7 days, and it's not easy when you're taking on a team, your former champions, current champions at this minute in Liverpool, that's on the back of a 1-week break. We've not had a 1-week break, and we've not had a 1-week break since we played before Christmas. I can further comment about Haaland when we come into March and the schedule gets a little easier for Man City. Get the luxury of having a couple of weeks of playing a couple of games. That then gives me a better position to comment about, are we looking at a fitness issue or are we looking at a form issue? Because if we're looking at the latter, then you've got to at some point consider that, Haaland's goal scoring, as I said before, our 12th game now since we played at Christmas, and he scored just twice. And for a man who's, best attribute scoring goals, I want to see a bit more. I want to see a little bit more. Right. Started to be a bit more of an even contest. This City dominated the first half of the first half. Liverpool have been much better in the second half of the first half. Here's Rodri. Plays his pass into Marmoush. Goes down. Referee's going to give a free kick. Anfield not happy. Look at all them arms. Up in air. Not happy. Arne Slot. Not happy. Thing is, Marmoush protects the ball very well. Konate has to go through him to get to the ball, which normally is always going to be given as a free kick if you've got to go through the player to get to the ball. I don't think the referee's been amazing in this game so far, but I'll give credit where credit's due. He doesn't listen to the home crowd there who are unhappy about it and gives the decision of that's correct. Sloppy this from Man City. Donnarumma not getting the ball clear and playing a dodgy pass led Man City into all kinds of bother, and thankfully, the offside flag helps Man City again. Salah this time drifting offside means that we could look to try and potentially create some more opportunities. Right, we're just 6 likes, guys, away from 50. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. Guehi then sends this one long for Man City. Looping up, looking for Haaland. Can't win the header, Van Dijk does. Nunes can get that one under control, under pressure from Ekiteke. Got to do something with it. Leaves a trailing leg. Should be a free kick for Man City. And is. Black Rose, thanks for tuning in. Says Donnarumma, a disaster waiting to happen, passing out from the back. Doesn't look anywhere near as... He's not bad at passing out from the back. I remember when we signed him in the summer, everyone was saying he's awful at passing out from the back. I don't think he's awful. He's just not as good as Ederson is. Ederson made very, very few mistakes at his distribution out from the back. Whereas you imagine Donnarumma, good but not as good, there will be a mistake or two that will happen. I actually think Donnarumma's bigger weakness for Man City has been his inability, when crosses are coming in, to come and collect it. He likes to fist it instead, and he makes a hash of it every now and then. And it leads to all kinds of problems. He's done it in this game as well. It's raining. It rains a lot in England. You've got to deal with him. He's got a massive frame. What is he, like 6'6"? No one should. He's allowed to use his hands. No one should be beating him when a ball's been looped up in the air. Nobody. He's not skinny. No, he's a very big man. Here's Marmoush to Bernardo. Can't sort his feet out. Semenyo can't win the ball either. Rodri can get his flick on, so Man City should be able to get that one clear. Semenyo drives forward. Marmoush threads it in. Can't find his pass to Haaland. Good defending again from Liverpool. Said that now 3 or 4 times in this game. Nunes, good tackle. And a heavier touch there from Ekiteke means Man City can come away with the ball. Good defending that from Man City as well. This is a good game of football, this one, guys. A real good game of football. Good ball from Bernardo. Nunes doesn't go first time. Thinks about using his left foot. Under pressure from Alexis Mac Allister. Here's Bernardo Silva. Chipped in. Bernardo can't sort his feet out of Virgil Van Dijk. It puts Van Dijk off, so he scuffs his clearance and he scuffs it out for... It's a cheap corner given away from... is he Liverpool's captain? Fairly sure Van Dijk's Liverpool's captain. You know, as good a team as what Liverpool are, you've got to punish the mistakes. There's a mistake that's made. You know, we've got to capitalise upon it. How important are set pieces? Look at Arsenal and how much they utilise set pieces. You're struggling to score a goal. All right, well, put a good corner in. Get somebody on the end of it. Haaland's 6'4". Khusanov's in there. O'Reilly's good in the air. Get a good ball in. Here's Bernardo. Puts a ball in. Flicked on from Haaland. Easy enough for Liverpool to get that one headed clear. I'll tell you what, for how tall Rodri is, I'd like to see him. He lingers on the edge of the penalty area. I know he's a good striker of the ball, but I'd like to see him in the penalty area. Kerkez trying to put Bernardo under pressure. Bernardo does very well to keep hold of the ball. Edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Semenyo to Matheus Nunes. Here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Bernardo. Here's Rodri. Got the runner Semenyo. Doesn't use him. Bernardo. Plays his pass to Semenyo. Good flick on. Space here. Rodri might fancy the shot. Does fancy the shot. Good block from Van Dijk. Well won back from O'Reilly. Here's Haaland. Can't sort his feet out. And again, good defending from Liverpool. But they can't get it clear. Ait-Nouri now to Marmoush has an effort. And looking for the top corner. Not too far away from Omar Marmoush. We know we've got it in his locker. He did it against AFC Bournemouth at home. Last season at the Etihad for Man City. Not too far away that from the Egyptian international in a bit of space. Puts his right foot through it. It's looping. And on target there, that would have been causing Alisson Becker a little bit of bother. Pep Guardiola continues his conversation with Pep Leenders, not happy about something as we approach half-time. 4 minutes plus whatever's to be added on to go. Hasn't been too much time wasted, so I can't imagine more than maybe a couple of minutes being added on. Here's Liverpool coming forward, and it looks like, yeah, clipping there at the back. And that's a weak yellow card there from the referee. Liverpool burst forward. Marmoush clips through the back of his heel, and he goes down. It's a free kick. Marmoush hasn't committed that many fouls. He protects the ball very well there, Gravenberch. To give him a yellow card for that one, though, I'm not so sure. I've seen... I don't think so. Marmoush is hurt from that as well. Yeah, free kick here for Liverpool and some defending for Man City to do. What do we reckon? Yellow card for that? Free kick, yeah. Marmoush hasn't been a repeat offender. Corner comes in from Liverpool. Header won by Liverpool, and they want a penalty, Liverpool. Said, Mo Salah said, I've been pulled down. Goal kick given to Manchester City. Mo Salah now has a laugh with the referee. Obviously, VAR will have a look at it. Andrew says a bit soft. Is that in terms of the yellow card or the penalty or both? Let's have a look then. There's a slight brush on the shoulder there from Bernardo Silva, who doesn't need to do that. Doesn't need to have his hands in the air. I think the only thing that might save Bernardo Silva there, because it is a bit soft, I think the only thing that might save Bernardo Silva there is the fact that the ball's running away from Salah. And if Salah could get there, I think they'd have been more inclined to have a good look at that. But the fact that the ball's just beyond Mohamed Salah, I don't think VAR is going to overturn that decision. So, not a penalty. It would have been a harsh penalty, that one, for me. Harsh penalty. The amount of grappling that you get on set pieces and stuff, you're going to give a penalty for that. You're going to have to start giving a lot of penalties in the game for all the grappling that goes on. So, I think Liverpool would have had a bigger cause had Salah got to the ball, but he hasn't. So, I don't think you're going to see penalties in the Premier League given for that. Here's Haaland, can't find his pass and getting a bit tangled, and one of the Liverpool players is hurt from the tangling of the legs there. Van Dijk from Erling Haaland. Surely Liverpool going to put that one out to make sure they're not a defender down. Feels the impact there from Haaland. He'll go over and Just say sorry about that and give him a high five. It's just, there's nothing malice in it there. Haaland's trying his best not to trod on him. Right, we're 5 likes from 50, guys. Can we get there by half time? That'd be great. If we can. If you haven't left a thumbs up already, then please do leave a thumbs up. Right, long ball sent forward from Liverpool. Nunes can't get his head onto that one. There is no flick on from Nunes either, despite Liverpool saying that they thought that there was and they should have had a free kick. Referee says no. It'll be a throw-in for Manchester City then. As we're now 3 likes away from 50. Here's a throw-in from Nunes, looking for O'Reilly. O'Reilly's had a good game for City so far, hasn't he? FSG reckons 0-0. The problem is 0-0 sends the gap to 8, and it's a lot to pull back. Here's Ekiteke. City want the offside flag. It doesn't come. So he's got hold of the ball. He's got a chance here to put a ball into the box. Can't sort his feet out, so he's forced to play a ball back to Kerkez instead, and his ball forward's not the best, and Khusanov will just see that one out, and that will be a goal kick for Manchester City. So into added time. I reckon Champions League game, they won't add anything on here. Premier League, you're going to add 2 minutes on. The 4th official is Champions League here. I reckon they'd have just blown the whistle for half time, as we're now just 1 like away from 50. So nearly there. It's got a couple of minutes to do so. Is anything dramatic going to happen in these final 2 minutes in a game that's lacked? It's been a good end-to-end game. It's been a very good game of football. It's just lacked either side being clinical in front of goal. O'Reilly gets his flick on, looking for Haaland. Doesn't work. Here's Cody Gakpo, under pressure from Bernardo. He's got nowhere to go there, and he's just going to run it out of play for a throw-in for Manchester City. He wanted some support there, Gakpo, and he's not happy. Andrew, what do I fancy for the Super Bowl? I fancy the Seattle Seahawks. I reckon they'll take it 41-17. Question is, can the New England Patriots, can the defence hold? It's been so good this season. I'm not sure. I think Seahawks just look so good. I think their offense will come out on top, and I reckon 41-17. What do you reckon? Is my prediction? Right, final minute or so. Jailer Bug reckons potentially could see Patriots win, but rooting for the Seahawks. I'm going to do my best to avoid any spoilers and watch it tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. So if anyone's like messaging me on social media and stuff, please don't do any spoilers for the Super Bowl. Here's Rodri, plays his pass to Semenyo. City get the advantage. Semenyo, heavier touch. Doesn't work, and it'll fizzle out. Right, guys, 1 like. We've got 15 seconds. Who wants to be the 50th like? Any help towards that would be great. Kerkez sends his pass forward, intercepted by City. Semenyo, he's turned. Might there be one last chance here? Got to get it in, though, if they are going to have one last chance. O'Reilly will just see this one out, and referee will say, do you know what? That'll be that for the first half. It's been a good first half, that, for both sides. As I said, I think City, better team for the first half of the first half. Liverpool, the better team for the second half of the first half. Liverpool just struggled to get to grips with Man City's formation and aim for the game. City didn't capitalise on their early opportunities. Erling Haaland with a couple of good chances. Marmoush has had an effort. A couple of long-range efforts coming in from City as well. It's not quite worked. For Liverpool, no shots on target, but Man City looked a bit shaky at the back. Donnarumma looked a bit shaky with balls going into the box. A couple of corners that have been knocking around. Look pretty dangerous on the set pieces as well. Both sides will fancy this one going into the second half, and I think that's been, as I said, I think that's been a good game of football at the minute. But 0-0 in this game so far. Right, we'll give my half-time thoughts. Andrew says hoping for Seattle being the best team to watch, both on offense and defense, and wants them to win. I'm hoping Seattle will win as well. I feel like they're the most fitting team that's reached a Super Bowl to win it. So I'm always looking for the team who's had the best season, the best regular season, who's looked the best in the playoffs to go on and win it. And as much as I do like the dark horses, I fancy Seattle will be too strong for New England, and I think that Seattle will take the dub, will take the win, and get a ring on their finger. I think it'll be a good game. As I said, I got work early in the morning, so I can't watch it live, but I'll watch it on demand. I'll avoid the spoilers and I'll watch it on demand. Right, just having a look at these scores from around the grounds. Had a game earlier in the Premier League. Brighton and Hove Albion took on Crystal Palace in that very strange derby that they have down on the south coast, despite the two teams being like 100 miles away from each other. Weird derby, that one. Anyway, Brighton lost, finished Brighton 0, Crystal Palace 1. It was a second-half goal, I think, from Ismail Sarr that's won the game by 1-0, and it may just be the same here at Anfield. It may just take just one goal to win this at the moment. 0-0 at half-time between Liverpool and Man City, and as it stands, Man City going to be going 8 points behind Arsenal at the top of the Premier League, and Arsenal becoming firm favourites for the Premier League. Just having a look at the league table, because I know some of you guys don't like that I do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've done it since I've been following football, and I think it works really well. I like to use maths as giving me an indication of what we're looking at in terms of current form. So we're looking at Arsenal after 25 games, looking good on 56 points. That is an average of 2.24 points per game. And if they continue that form up until the end of the season, it sees Arsenal finish on 85 points, which means Arsenal, realistically, looking at another 10 wins from 13 games to win the Premier League, which for me sounds about right. So that's the tally that Man City are looking at. With Man City picking up the extra point here is going to send us on to 48 points. We'll be on 48 points from 25 games. So doing the maths on that will take us to an average of 1.92 points per game. We times that by 38. And that would see Man City finish on 73 points and Arsenal winning the league comfortably in the end. So that's what Man City currently, with their current form, on target for, and that's what we've got to avoid in hitting. The question is, can Man City find a way to turn potential 73 points at the end of the season into, can we get somewhere between 80 and 85? And the odd drop a point here for Arsenal could have Man City very interested come the end of the season. So realistically, 13 games to go. If we're looking at 85 points, then Manchester City needing a grand total of 37 points will get us to that magical 85. 38 points will get us to the magical 86 points. So what I'm getting at here is, I think for Man City in the final 13 games, I think 13 wins, if this stays 0-0 and we pick up a point today, I think 13 wins will be enough for Man City from 13 games to win the Premier League. However, it could be a case if Arsenal start dropping some more points that maybe 12 wins, 1 draw, no losses could be enough for Man City, as long as one of them wins is Man City beating Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium. That's what we're looking at right now. +6 goal difference in favour of Arsenal. More realistic that you're looking at City needing 13 wins from 13 games. So Man City just, for me, at a point of no return. Aston Villa, forms looked a bit off it. Do I see them getting to 85 points? No. Manchester United, maximum they can get to now is 83 points. Do I think that's going to be enough? I'm not so sure. It's you know, if Man United want to be in the title race, they're going to have to win every game from now to the end of the season. It's the same for Aston Villa, and I'm going to go as far to say that Man City are near enough at that point as well, where if we're going to overturn here, if this stays the same, an 8-point gap, it's going to need us to be perfect from now to the end of the season. We have done it before, by the way, and we are capable of doing it. It's just, I'm not sure if we will do it. So, for me, we could do with picking up a win here. If we can find a way to keep hold of this clean sheet and sneak a win, almost like that performance we had at Anfield when Riyad Mahrez missed a penalty when we played the near-perfect game at Anfield. You keep it close, you keep it tight, you get to the last few moments. If you can have that just one moment, something sticks, you can turn 1 point into 3 points. And that's what champions do. And realistically, if we want to be champions, that's what we've got to do as well. So we will see. Andy Man, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Task welcome. Kushik, thank you for tuning in as well. So, yeah, we'll see. Big second half coming up. Both sides could really do with a win because Liverpool now 5 points behind. They'll go 4 points behind Man United with a draw. They need a win. Man City need a win. So a draw here doesn't really serve either team very well. Just having a look at these statistics, Liverpool have had less of the ball. City with 61% possession compared with 38% possession for Liverpool. Liverpool's expected goal rate at just 0.14. Man City should have a goal by now. Expected goal rate at 1.17. We've not been clinical. 10 shots for City, 3 on target, 3 saves for the keeper, 1 big missed chance, and City drawing a blank at half-time. Liverpool 3 shots, none on target at the moment, drawing a blank as well. Interesting second half. What are your thoughts? Do let me know. Clipper, welcome. I'm very well, thank you. Do let me know how you are as well. Seamus, the lack of goals, lack of clinical touch. That's the only thing that's let Man City down here in this first half, and hopefully we can rectify that in the second half. And City got lots of good options to look at towards the bench in terms of the creativity and scoring goals, likes of Rayan Cherki, Phil Foden on the bench. So, yeah, be interesting. Right, we're ready and waiting for the second half. I do have some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Links and details there in the description. Do go and check him out. That'd be much appreciated. This is the Lemon Drop Cocktail. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another cocktail video, and today's cocktail video is the lemon drop. It's a popular one and I will show how to make the lemon drop cocktail. Can be served as a shot as well, just to let you know. It's quite popular, that version as well, especially with students and young people as well, the younger generation. So what you want to do is get your shaker and put some ice, which we've already done. So they're putting about 4 to 5 ice cubes. So the first ingredient to go in, guys, is 60ml or 2 ounces of vodka. As you can see today, we're using the Grey Goose. So the next ingredient is 50ml or half an ounce of a triple sec. Next up is 30ml or 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. And the last ingredient, guys, is 30ml or 1 ounce of simple syrup or sugar syrup. Now put your lid on and give it a good hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds to get nice and chilled. What you want to do now, guys, is grab a glass and rim it. We'll go give it a sugar rim. So get your simple syrup and pour a little bit here. We'll spin the glass. And now rim it. Now rim the sugar. And now strain into your rimmed cocktail glass. There we have it, 1 lemon drop cocktail. And there we are, we have 1 lemon drop cocktail. How does it taste? beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I was going to say, if you love your bitter notes, this is the drink for you. Okay, enough of this. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. I was say, it's absolutely beautiful. I just love the bitter notes with it. The nice bitter taste of the lemon mixed in with the Cointreau and the vodka, and it just gives it that beautiful taste. But a little bit of sweetness with the simple say, just have perfect balance. It's nice and it's beautiful. I say, once you have the lemon dry, you can see why it's so popular. That's absolutely beautiful. I said another popular one I'm looking forward to is doing the kamikaze cocktail. So that's going to be a similar one, but with lime juice, and I can't wait to taste the kamikazes. That will be a shot version that I do with it. And that, guys, is a lemon drop cocktail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It, as it really does help the channel grow. Don't forget to like and share. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and all that good, and all that goodness. So I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys for the next cocktail video. Cheers.
And a big thank you to Mixed for providing today's half-time entertainment. Right, we're just waiting for the second half to get underway between Liverpool and Manchester City. Man City going to have to do something that they've not done this year in the Premier League, and that's score in the second half. Man City, if they want to win this game, got to score in the second half. Not been clinical here in the first half. Liverpool haven't either. Man City have probably created the better of the opportunities. City looked good first 25 minutes. Liverpool did grow into the game, were creating some opportunities and looking more problematic. But a stalemate at the moment, which, you know, it's not really enough for Liverpool if they want to be finishing in a top 4 spot, chasing the likes of Manchester United, Aston Villa and Manchester City. Man City looking currently in second place, trying to chase Arsenal. This stays the same. City going 8 points behind Arsenal. Not impossible to turn around. We have turned around deficits before. I think it was 8 points against Man United back in 2012 that we managed to overturn, and a lot of that were down to Man City being able to beat Manchester United as well at the Etihad Stadium. We've still got Arsenal to come at the Etihad Stadium, so we do have the potential opportunity to turn 8 points into 5 points. Arsenal drop any points and Man City win any games, then all of a sudden the gap can go to 2 or 3 points, which is where goal difference could very much come in handy, and Arsenal currently have +6 on Man City. So at the moment, just Man City in dire straits, and as far as I'm concerned here, I think Man City just, Man City at the point of no return. It's got to be a massive winning streak if we're to win the Premier League. Lose this game and it is so difficult for Man City. So difficult. Right, players back out into the rain in Liverpool, ready and waiting for the second half. Not sure Man City have made any changes here at half-time. Liverpool out before Man City and doing their warm-ups, ready to go. It is going to be Liverpool getting us underway for this second half. Liverpool attacking from left to right, Man City attacking from right to left. Doesn't look like any changes have been made by either side. So just the referee's discretion of his whistle, and we'll be back underway here for this second half. And it's going to be Alexis Mac Allister that does get us underway here for this second half. Liverpool then launch a ball forward. Early test here for Marc Guehi, who passes the test, just leaves it, and they'll let that one roll out for a goal kick to Manchester City, which Gianluigi Donnarumma will take. Right, we've got to find a second half goal, something we've not done in 2026 in the Premier League. Got to continue to be wary of the potential attacking threats that Liverpool have. The likes of Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekiteke. Lots of dangers there for Man City to try and be wary of and trying to keep quiet, as here is one of them now. Cody Gakpo works the ball to Salah. A shot comes in, blocked well by Man City, and City can survive the first early wave from Liverpool. They look to try and put a ball in, which Antoine Semenyo reads. He tracks back and helps Man City, and he's just going to send an early ball forward here, looking for Marmoush, and keeper comes to collect, and keeper can't come to collect, and I think Alisson will be very thankful that it was read by Dominic Szoboszlai, and he mops that one up. That was a beautiful ball from Semenyo. Marmoush doesn't know much about it, and it falls. It falls lucky for Szoboszlai, and he'll just mop that one up, and he's happy for Man City to have a throw-in and nothing more as Erling Haaland goes down. Penalised. Van Dijk judged to be late, and it's going to be the first yellow card of the second half, and it's Virgil van Dijk, captain, that goes into the book on Erling Haaland. I think, does Haaland get there first? Yeah, it's the right decision from referee. Referee gives a free kick. It is a yellow card. There's a slight follow-through, more like a scissor action from the left leg of Virgil van Dijk, wraps it a little bit around Haaland and kicks through Haaland, so it goes into the book, Virgil van Dijk. I think that's the correct decision. I don't think it's anything more. It's a free kick for Man City. It is a yellow card, and Haaland's okay. Man City have a free kick and some early defending for Liverpool to do here in the 48th minute. So guys, we're aiming for 100 likes, 45 to go. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe. Here's Bernardo Silva then, stood over this free kick. He's got Ait-Nouri as an option on the left. Nico O'Reilly also on the left. It looks like Bernardo's, it's very central. It's going to be very difficult to create from this position. He's just going to look for the back post in the hope that a knock-on can come through from Man City. But it's easy for Liverpool to defend, and Liverpool are just going to send a ball long here with City scarpering at the back. Bernardo Silva is going to be the man that wins the header. Further flicked on from O'Reilly. Not the best, but O'Reilly should be able to help mop that one up, and Liverpool can have the ball back, but it will be at the back here through Konate, who will work it back to Alisson in goal. City just wary of a Liverpool counter-attack, and a long ball forward there, and of all the players that you don't really want at centre-back winning a header was Bernardo Silva, but he was there and he did win the header, and thankfully unchallenged, and did the job there for Manchester City. Here is Szoboszlai under pressure from O'Reilly. He wants a throw-in. Referee says no throw-in for Man City, throw-in for Liverpool instead. Szoboszlai, not the best of balls forward. He's looked sharp, Seamus, I think, O'Reilly. It's nice to have some physical presence in midfield as well. And with having Rodri and Nico G and O'Reilly all fit at the same time, I think it's a good thing for Man City's midfield. In particular, when you're dealing with teams who are very physical in midfield, I think they're useful players to have available. Poor pass from Guehi. Couldn't find a simple pass forward there for O'Reilly, and Gravenberch looks to try and burst forward, but his heavier touch. Oh, that's a bit of a silly one. Gravenberch has burst forward, heavier touch, Man City intercept. Gravenberch claims that he was being pulled back. Referee says that he wasn't. There's a little tug there from O'Reilly, which, it's a heavier touch from Gravenberch, which is why I think the referee's not give it as his initial decision. It's a heavier touch, and then I presume the linesman's flagged because the referee's first thing he said was no foul. Then Man City get the ball, play the pass forward, then the referee pulled it back and says, actually, it is a free kick for Liverpool. He's just readjusting his earpiece now. Maybe it was a communication problem. We'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt there, but, all linesman needs to do is wave his flag. Referee's got a visual, and he can see that it's a free kick. He could just say in his ear, free kick, ref, wave his flag. If referee can't hear it, he can look across and see that he's waving his flag and go, free kick. First thing the referee will do is look to his assistants for help if he's got a decision to make. Looks offside that, and is offside. Free kick for Man City. Cody Gakpo couldn't keep himself onside there. So through the first 5 minutes of the second half, and it's been very much what we saw in the first half. Bit of a tug of war going on between City and Liverpool. Marmoush felt like he was getting pulled back. Referee says no. It's Liverpool then. They can come forward. Chance here for them to maybe put a ball into the box. Gravenberch does a Bosley. Got the support of Florian Wirtz. Doesn't use him. Uses Van Dijk instead on the left. Kerkez now. Man City just holding their midfield and defence. So Liverpool just being forced to go back. Man City basically saying to Liverpool, you wanna score, you have to do something fantastic to create. Here's Salah. Florian Wirtz plunges to play his ball across. That's not the best of clearances. Szoboszlai's going to have the shot and comfortable save in the end. For Donnarumma, not easy in the rain as well. Managed to keep hold of it at the first attempt there. Could easily have been a bit of a gaff there for Donnarumma. A good shot there, a good effort from Szoboszlai. As I said, he's looked like one of Liverpool's best players this season. Obviously, a danger that City need to try and keep quiet. I do think he's a bit nullified playing on the right, but Liverpool haven't really got many options. No doubt, he's a midfielder. He looks better in midfield as Florian Wirtz pits the pocket of Rodri, and Ekiteke probably has the best opportunity of the game for Liverpool there. Thankfully, it's gone wide. He was off balance there, Ekiteke. The form that he's in, though, you wouldn't have ruled out him maybe scoring for Liverpool there. It was a 4-on-5, and Rodri just he has his pocket picked. And in the end, Ekiteke couldn't find a shot on target, and it's some of the problems Man City are having in the first half. They're having some good opportunities. You're just being a bit wasteful, and Ekiteke, I think, should probably score there. It's Liverpool's best chance, I think, of the game. Man City again just trying to weather a storm. Liverpool are starting to get out on top, so it might be worthwhile Man City considering extra support in midfield before they end up conceding, and soon. Here's Szoboszlai mopping up on the right-hand side. Squares one across, read well by Rodri. And yeah, I'd be looking for a bit more control if I were Man City. Obviously, you could look towards one of Semenyo or Marmoush going off, and you could bring on someone like Rayan Cherki, but I just think they could just do with an extra body in midfield. So I'd be tempted to go and have a look at either Phil Foden or Nico G for me, in place of one of the attackers. Try and slow Liverpool down a little bit. You can bring creative and attacking players on towards the end of the game. At the minute, City just got to make sure they don't concede. Here's Salah up against Ait-Nouri and Guehi. Finds his pass to Wirtz. Here's Wirtz now. Squares his ball across. Kadir Khusanov gets his foot onto it. Can he find touch? He can't. Szoboszlai mops that up. Gives the ball to Konate. Here's Wirtz. Another opportunity for Liverpool to put a ball into the box, and keeper comes out to collect it. Gets a hand onto it, and here's Matheus Nunes. Good sliding interception there from Kerkez, and I think the offside flag up against Liverpool now, and that'll be a free kick for Man City and a bit of a breather, thankfully. City just under the cosh a little bit, need to weather the storm. Weren't offside. Good goalkeeping that from Donnarumma. Stop Ekiteke having a free header. Guehi asks, where's my options? I've got to send it long. He's got no options. It's a heavier touch from Konate, but he'll keep it in and get a throw in for Liverpool. Guehi's right. Where's the support? That's why I said you need the extra midfielder for the extra bit of support. So I'd have taken Marmoush off. Or Semenyo, one of the two. Alisson then. Szoboszlai just couldn't quite get it under control, and O'Reilly, beautiful from O'Reilly, really good from O'Reilly. Can he find the pass? He can't. Ait-Nouri's done very well. Marmoush points where he wants the pass. Is Semenyo, good save. It's straight at the keeper. It's a huge chance for Antoine Semenyo. Here's Salah. Liverpool up the other end now. They've got options left and right. Salah picks it up. It's a good ball in. Header wide from Liverpool. Wasteful from Liverpool. A dangerous, dangerous counter-attack. You'd expect Ekiteke there to find the back of the net. You'd have expected at the other end Antoine Semenyo to find the back of the net. Neither find the back of the net. It's a massive opportunity that for Antoine Semenyo. It's straight at Alisson, who recognises the danger, and he just sends it long off balance. It's a good ball, which weren't dealt with by Manchester City. Keeps himself onside. It would have counted. It's a bad miss. It's Ekiteke should score. He gets his header all wrong. I don't think that's where Ekiteke is looking for his header to go. It's a massive chance for Liverpool and a huge let-off for Manchester City. Alisson sends the ball long for Liverpool again. Guehi wins the ball in the air. Szoboszlai mops it up, bombing forward. Rodri takes the man. Will be a free kick. Will it be a yellow card? Liverpool take it quick. Here's Mac Allister. Finds his pass. Kerkez. Surely going to think about putting a ball in. Does. And flicks through. And another chance for Liverpool and another miss. Looks offside for me. Could hear Khusanov being praised by Donnarumma there. The offside flag does eventually go up now. Now Man City are asking for physios to come on. Khusanov's hurt. There's a heck of a hit that Khusanov just took then. It looked offside. This is normally, where under normal circumstance, I'd say that I'm not a big fan of the play being left to go when there's the potential offside. And he was offside. But the action just happens that quickly that Kadir Khusanov just has to make the interception. He doesn't know that he's offside. He played to the whistle. Action happens too quickly that you wouldn't have been in a position to know anything. You've got to step forward and make that challenge. It was a brilliant interception from Khusanov. He's hurt himself in the meantime. Interesting to see. The cameras would go on Man City's bench and give you a good indication about what they think about this injury. Is Ake or Ruben Dias warming up? I get a replay of that Ekiteke header. He gets it wrong. I don't think that's where he's aiming his header to go. I really don't think that's where he's aiming that header to go. So to get away with it, it's getting a bit too end to end. So I would contemplate, if I'm Man City, just making some changes. Referee's going to take his opportunity with Khusanov being down just to have his audio equipment changed over. He must have been struggling to hear the linesman before with the offside. Brilliant interception. So it's Khusanov takes a hit. It's the knee of Donnarumma that goes in his head. That's what Khusanov suffered with there. It was a knee in the head from Donnarumma sliding in to try and make the interception. It's a lovely bit of defending from Kadir Khusanov. And do you know what I am getting fed up of, guys? Getting fed up, as Man City are preparing a couple of changes. Ruben Dias is going to be coming on and Rayan Cherki is going to be coming on. So I reckon Kadir Khusanov might be coming off here. Pep Guardiola is asking, is the sub being made? I think Khusanov's saying he's all right to continue. Pep Guardiola thinks he's had a communication to say that Ruben Dias, the concussion thing's fine. So Pep's now having a word with Khusanov to say, are you okay to continue? And it's wise. Really wise, that. So Man City are going to put Ruben Dias on for Kadir Khusanov. Pep Guardiola has just said. So this is interesting. So if you remember last week, Rayan Cherki, when he went down and Pep said, are you okay to continue? If Pep's in doubt, he wants you to come off. You've got options on the bench and he wants to utilise the bench. And Cherki was like, no, I'm staying on the pitch. And I don't think that went down all that well with Pep Guardiola. And Khusanov's done it this week, and Khusanov said, I'm all right to continue. And Pep said, I'd like for you to come off. And Khusanov's gone, right, okay, you want me to come off, I'll come off. Protecting his players. So Ruben Dias comes on for Man City in place of Kadir Khusanov. A loss with Khusanov's pace, but Ruben Dias, nice to see him back on the pitch. He's got to get up to pace with this game now. Difficult to do. Omar Marmoush comes off. Not really been too effective for Man City so far in this game, to be honest. And City don't hesitate to get 30 minutes out of Rayan Cherki, which if City can find ways to get Cherki involved in this game, he could have a field day in terms of being able to create some opportunities for Man City. So there's a couple of interesting changes, and I don't think it'll be too long before maybe Liverpool respond by making their own couple of changes. Cherki gets a flick on to find Haaland. Foul comes in there. That's Semenyo, I think it was. And Liverpool have a free kick. I think it's the right decision, J Love Bug. You don't want to take any chances. No need to take any chances. And Tito, definitely some space for Cherki to try and exploit, hopefully. Gravenberch through the back of Semenyo. I think Semenyo's... It's accidental. Not a yellow card. His studs drag through the back of his heel. It's not done it purposefully. Just caught him whilst running. Free kick, no yellow card for me. That correct decision. 62 minutes in then, 0-0. Still waiting for the opening goal of this game. Here's Alisson. Long ball sent forward. Kerkez is having a good game for Liverpool, I think, today. Rodri nearly finds his interception. Long ball sent forward from Liverpool. Not the best, and Donnarumma will intercept for Manchester City and look to get City going again on the attack. Here's Marc Guehi. It's Guehi's first time playing with Ruben Dias. That ball sent forward, header won by Virgil van Dijk. Guehi then to Rayan Ait-Nouri. Sends one down the flank, looking for O'Reilly. I think the offside flag's going to go up against Semenyo. Referee's going to ignore it. I think he's offside, so again, benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give the linesman the benefit of the doubt. He looked offside. I thought he was offside. I don't want the play to continue, but rule of, letter of the law is you let the attack continue for VAR to make the decision, because Semenyo was in then. It looked offside, and I'd rather the flag just went up and play stopped to avoid all these, risk of injuries and stuff. Here's Ruben Dias. Have a hit, have a shot. He does! Oh, just wide! Nearly Diaz dynamite! Space, just like, have a shot. Opens up on his left foot. Not too far away there from Ruben Dias. I wonder if his girlfriend Maya Jama's in the crowd causing bother, upsetting the Man City fans. Because I feel like I've been a season ticket holder here for forever. I should have a ticket. I can't get the hottest ticket in town for a game at Anfield, but Maya Jama can get a ticket. Of course, players are entitled to give their girlfriends tickets. So, yeah, here's Liverpool on the attack. Wirtz! That's a brilliant block, Marc Guehi. Ruben Dias and Donnarumma not short of celebrating with Guehi to keep the clean sheet intact. There's passion for goals and passion for clean sheets. It's a lovely flick on from Ekiteke. It's a weakish effort from Florian Wirtz, but very well read there from Marc Guehi. And Donnarumma, I think, would have made the save, but it's a good block nonetheless from the defender. Again, game just starting to open up. Both sides need to win. Both sides need goals. Corner. Salah to take. It's deep. Headed clear. Ruben Dias out for another corner. This time on the other flank. Szoboszlai's going to run over and take more defending here for Manchester City. Ruben Dias saying, think. Szoboszlai to take them for Liverpool. Corner. Header won by Haaland at the near post. Liverpool. Second bite to put this into the box. Salah. Should be dealt with by Marc Guehi. O'Reilly is bundled in the back, and Virgil van Dijk says, no. Free kick. Manchester City, Van Dijk has to be careful, of course, on a yellow card. Omar Marmoush was on a yellow card for Man City, but he's already come off as a dodgy pass there from Guehi to Bernardo Silva, and Salah's doing everything he can to keep that ball alive for Liverpool. He's done so well. Liverpool have done so well to keep hold of this ball there. Very, very well from Liverpool, and maybe a chance here for them maybe to put a ball into the box. It's floated across from right to left from Szoboszlai looking for Gakpo. Here's Van Dijk now as City do well to force Liverpool back. Here's Salah to Szoboszlai. Good challenge from Semenyo. He's giving a free kick. Referee's giving a free kick. Not sure about that one. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Now nearly on 60 likes, aiming for 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Dominic Szoboszlai then stood over this set piece for Liverpool. Chance for Konate to be in there. Van Dijk's in there. Ruben Dias organising the Man City defensive line, telling them where exactly he wants them to be. Szoboszlai to take. Not a bad ball in. Headed clear. Falls to the back post. Potential for Liverpool to have a shot. Gravenberch might put his foot through it. He does, and it's high, it's wide, and into the stands. 67 minutes played. 0-0 here at Anfield. Marc Guehi then going to take this goal kick for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Donnarumma. I think he's going to send this one long, looking for Erling Haaland, but can't find him. O'Reilly getting that pressure onto Gravenberch. Does well, Gravenberch. Szoboszlai now. Pushes forward on O'Reilly. Just skips past Nico O'Reilly. Plays his pass to Salah, and a hand comes in there from Marc Guehi. He's waggling his finger, and I think... Is a free kick being given? I think a free kick's being given. Salah's claiming he wants a penalty. He's gone over to the linesman just to talk about it. Referee says initial contact's come outside the penalty area, so he wants to give a free kick rather than a penalty. The players are now crowding around the referee. Some pushing and shoving going on. Yellow cards out. Liverpool not happy. Guehi deemed... Liverpool asking for a red card. Is that what they were asking for? The contact and the pull of the shirt does come outside the penalty area, so that's the correct decision. I think the question that they're asking for is it a red card? Is it a goal scoring opportunity on Salah? So the next question is, the angles aren't great. This is a better angle. He's onside. I mean, to be fair, Ruben Dias is covering there, so he's not the last man. So again, I think that's good refereeing from the ref. It's a free kick for Liverpool. He grabs his shirt. It's not a penalty. It's initiated outside the penalty area. It is a free kick. He's not the last man. It is a yellow card. It's a cynical foul. That's it. Pretty much. I'm sure VAR will have a look at it to see if they think the defender's covering, but I don't think there's a clear and obvious error there from the referee. I think there's an extra man covering. It's a free kick. It's in a very dangerous area that Man City need to try and defend out. The question is there enough room for Liverpool to get this up and over? Mo Salah shakes his head. Marc Guehi goes into the book for Manchester City. 5th yellow card of the season. It's already past the threshold of 5 yellow cards being a suspension, so he will be able to play City's next game against Fulham. Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Salah stood over this. As I said, it's right on the edge of the penalty area. So the difficulty is, can Liverpool get it up and over, or can they get it through the Manchester City wall or the defence? Donnarumma just organising his wall there. A very brave wall here from City. A 2-man wall. Perhaps Man City are more weary that a cross is coming in rather than an actual shot. But this is a good range for a shot to come in on goal for me. Good range for a shot to come in. O'Reilly stood in the wall along with Bernardo Silva. I'd have been tempted to go with a taller man with Nico O'Reilly there. They're just trying to cover the near post. Nunes has got some defending to do, and Salah just gets that one all wrong. He's looking for the top corner. To score from there and going for the near post is going to take a heck of an effort against Gianluigi Donnarumma, and I don't think that's the right choice from the Egyptian international there, and he gets it horribly wrong. I think Liverpool will be very frustrated with that effort. That was a big opportunity for them. Bug, I agree. Yeah, no red, and it was a bad shot. So, Man City survive. We've got 19 minutes here. We're still not scored in a second half in the Premier League in 2026. It's now February 8th. I'd probably argue that Liverpool have looked probably more likely to score. And Erling Haaland penalised there. It's going to be a free kick for Liverpool. Haaland has a little smile on his face there. City just struggling to get out. I mean, we brought Rayan Cherki on, and I've not really seen Rayan Cherki touch the ball. City just kind of struggling to get to grips. Liverpool doing a good job of just forcing Man City back, and I think City are just waiting to see if they can try and capitalise an opportunity, which at the moment just hasn't come. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 41 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated, and do subscribe. Andrew, has been a terrible second half from City, and they are under pressure here. They are finding it hard to get hold of the ball, so yeah. I mean, you could have took Haaland off and kept Marmoush on. And I agree, Glacius, that it's frustrating for Marmoush. Scored 2 in the last game. He's the first one that comes off. I think City are just looking for the longer balls. I fancy Haaland's more likely to have the hold-up play than what Marmoush is. Here's Liverpool just skipping forward again. It's Szoboszlai again, just getting forward and causing bother. Ball comes in. Fisted clear by Donnarumma. Cherki, can he get it under control? Can he get hold of the ball? The answer is no, and that's going to be another free kick for Liverpool. And Man City furious, can't believe it. Bernardo said, I've not touched him. Not happy with that one, Bernardo. Let's have a look. I was getting a replay of the ball into the box rather than the actual free kick, which Man City aren't happy about. A bit far out, this one, for a shot. And it's very central for Szoboszlai. We just had a free kick earlier in the game in a similar position where I said, what's Bernardo going to be able to do with it? And the only thing really you could do with it is, dink it towards the back post and hope somebody wins the header and loops it back across. Szoboszlai looks like he's just lining up a big pile driver here. Very difficult to score from. Maybe he fancies his chances. What's this, like 35, 40 yards out? It would help if I could, they showed an angle and see how far out it is so I could give a better estimate. You're looking about 35, I'd say. Just under 35 yards out. He's going to have a drive. He's going to have an effort. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. It's an absolute brilliant goal from Szoboszlai. He does put his foot through it. It's about 35 yards out from goal. Inside of the post. And it's 1-0 Liverpool. It's a huge goal. In terms of the title race, Arsenal, there's big celebrations coming in from North London. City really unhappy with the referee about, they didn't feel like it was a free kick in the first place. Szoboszlai just puts his foot through it and it hits the inside of the post. Keeper's rooted. 1-0 Liverpool. It's a cracking effort. Bend and curve on it. It's sensational. Can't argue with it. The only thing City might have a case about is should it have been a free kick, which I was waiting for a replay to see if it was or not. It's a brilliant hit from Szoboszlai and it's into the back of the net, and Man City now have got 15 minutes. They've got to find 2 goals. 2 goals they've got to find here, City. And them early chances that Man City missed. Punished for it. Punished. Cracker of a hit from Dominik Szoboszlai. And Liverpool lead here. I want to see a replay. Whether it should have been a free kick or not. I'm not going to argue with the hit. It was a cracker of a hit from Szoboszlai. I do want to see if it was a free kick that it should have been. VAR, because it's the next phase, aren't going to have a look at whether they think it was a free kick or not. Throwing them for Man City. They've not had a grip on this second half at the minute. They've got to find a grip and kind of takes away Man City's game plan of trying to find the space because, Liverpool don't really need to come out to play now. They want a throw, and it's a throw-in for Manchester City, which Liverpool aren't happy about. And it's going the same direction as it always goes for us at Anfield. Man City just don't win at Anfield. Here's Guehi, finds his pass to Ait-Nouri. City need an instant response. They need a goal and quick. Should be a free kick for Man City on Antoine Semenyo, and is. City will take their opportunity just to try and send this ball long and upfield and push Liverpool back. Again, we're still not getting any replays about whether it should have been a free kick or not. Also not a big fan of, how good of a free kick taker Szoboszlai is and how good he is at hitting the ball. Man City going with a two-man wall. Surely you'd go with a three-man wall and you stop Szoboszlai from having that shot. Any gaps? No gaps. You make the block. You've got to force Szoboszlai in that situation to go up and over, not through. Because there's only a two-man wall, it's just basically a rocket that he hits. So, yeah. So as it stands, I think Man City now, for me, at a point of no return, I'd say any more points dropped, I think the title race is done. That's where we're at now. Arsenal going 9 points clear. City going, I think they're going third. I think Villa are over us now. Or are we second? I don't know how many points Villa are on, but might be second. Because Villa haven't been very good to capitalise. Because otherwise, Villa should really be at least a few points ahead of us. They're not. City just struggling. Here's Szoboszlai, plays his pass in. Wirtz tries to play his ball across Guehi. Manage that one up. Here's Ait-Nouri. He gets a push in the back and they'll get a free kick here for City. Liverpool up ahead of steam trying to press and force the issue, which I'm not sure why Liverpool has been so... I get they're trying to look for a killer second goal, but, the amount of pressing and pressure they're putting on City... They're having to commit extra men forward, and it only takes Man City to win one midfield battle, and all of a sudden you face yourself with like a 4-on-3 situation when you're 1-0 up and you don't need to be. Not a fan of that defending from City to invite Szoboszlai to have the shot, basically saying we don't think you're good enough to score from 35 yards out. It's not the first time Szoboszlai's done that. He's a wonderful striker of the football, absolutely wonderful striker of the ball. No idea why their approach was to go with a two-man wall and not three. No idea. Julia, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Antoine Semenyo then. I mean, we need to win. A draw's not even good enough. Finding an equaliser is not enough. It's got to be a win today. It's not been a bad game plan. I presume Man City's game plan was to get this to 80, 85 minutes and just, as I said, just get one attack, one opportunity, see if you score that goal. I'm still waiting for if it was a free kick or not. They've not shown a highlight. Bernardo Silva and Rodri are right over to the referee about we don't think that it was a free kick, but we've not seen anything about them saying if it was a free kick or not. I've not seen any replay. I'd like to see one. Is Matheus Nunes to Rodri. Here's Matheus Nunes. Defending now for Liverpool because they need a win. Liverpool have got to defend this one out. Dias to Cherki. As the option of Rodri. First time really in this second half that Man City have managed to get bodies forward. Is Cherki. He might fancy a shot here, Cherki. He's going to have his pockets picked instead. Needs to be more visually aware. Liverpool just launch it. Header should be won by Dias and is. City should be able to mop that one up. Although Wirtz does very well. Very, very well to just get his toe onto that and find a pass to Szoboszlai. Alisson under pressure. Just about gets his foot through that and gets that one clear. Gravenberch finds his pass. Szoboszlai. Won by Ruben Dias. And here's Guehi now to Ait-Nouri. Here's Szoboszlai. Yeah, but as I said, I'm not all disappointed. If we're going to concede, it's a 35-yard screamer. I'm just disappointed about the two-man wall instead of the three-man wall. Throwing them for Man City. At some point, I imagine Liverpool will probably take an attacker off and get an extra defender on. They'll be worried about if Man City can find a bit of space. Here's Cherki. It's a poor second half showing again from City, though. 42% possession. Liverpool with 8 shots, 2 for Man City, just 1 on target. Again, just a poor second half, and it's become a repeated pattern. It's become a pattern for Man City. A real pattern. Julia said, I've been too nervous to write. I've not been that nervous. I felt like we're still at, again, just at a point of no return. I felt like we've been at a point of no return now for a long time. You're no longer under pressure when you're at that point. It gets nervous when you're in a back and forth, where you're just 1 or 2 points away and your team's won and, you're struggling to deal with the pressure coming in, week out. That's where I get nervous for games. When you're at a point where, you're 9 points behind going into the game, you don't really have much to lose. Here's Rayan Cherki for Manchester City. As I said, is it a fitness issue? The fact that they can't play the first half, first 25 minutes, good. The second half of the first half, not so good. It gets tired, and then we'll just continue to play on that theme, like we've not got the energy to do so. That's what it's like. Here's Liverpool now. It's a 4-on-2. If Florian Wirtz wants it, it's a 4-on-2. He does want it. It's not the best of balls though. Guehi, good header, good interception. Diaz can't win it back. Rodri can. Here's Guehi once more. I mean, there's always going to be a case you want to win at Anfield. You need to score at least a couple of goals. You're not going to win at Anfield with a 1-0. It's very difficult to do. Here's Haaland then. 3-on-2 for Man City. Gives the ball to Semenyo, but it's a poor pass. Semenyo just dragged right out. Gives the ball to Ait-Nouri. Here's Rodri. Can't find his pass. Nearly intercepted. Ruben Dias pings the ball to Ait-Nouri. Can we find something to stick, just to break the curse of not scoring in the Premier League in the second half in 2026? Guehi, not the best of balls. Every time we put a ball in looking for Haaland, he's been man-marked by Van Dijk, and I feel like Van Dijk's won every single header against him. Every single one. So I don't get why we keep doing it. Oh, that's a good flick! And an equaliser! Is the flag stayed down? The flag stayed down! We've got a second half goal! It's Bernardo Silva! Come on! Right attitude there from City. They're rushing to get the ball back. They know they need wins. And Haaland finally does win a header. This time it's against Konate, and Bernardo is onside. It is 1-1. There's a goal. I wasn't expecting us to score. Right, we've got to keep going. We've got to win this game. We need to find another. Liverpool need to find another. A point for both sides. It's not enough. Now Liverpool do make the change. I think it's Jones that's coming on. Liverpool look a bit frustrated with it. Szoboszlai's face just kind of sums it up, really, doesn't it? It's been that kind of season for Liverpool. Quality's there, they're just not quite made it work. Curtis Jones on them for Cody Gakpo. Pep saying, Donnarumma, get on with it. We need a goal. And now he's going to lever this one clear to allow City to get players forward. Here's Matheus Nunes winning the loose second ball. Haaland made a charging run. He wanted the through ball played in. It doesn't come. We need another, guys. We need another. Got 5 minutes. Might be a little bit of added time with that Khusanov injury. So it might be 6 or 7 minutes with a couple of goals and some subs that have been made. There's time. Point not enough, though, for me. Point not enough. Got to go for it. Got to risk losing to try and win. Nearly the through ball from Liverpool. Rodri's going to win that one. Nunes, he's going to ping one looking for Haaland. Konate does well. Van Dijk wins his header. Cherki can't get it under control. And I think that might be a free kick for Liverpool. Referee plays the advantage. Here's Liverpool then, skipping forward. Kirkes got options. Ekitike's one of them. Wirtz is in the middle. Szoboszlai's got some space. He's already scored one screamer. Close him down if he gets the ball. Here's Mac Allister to Szoboszlai. He might fancy it. He does fancy it. And it's a good block there from Marc Guehi. Liverpool will mop that up just about through Konate. And Ait-Nouri there does a good job on Mohamed Salah. And that'll be a throw-in for Liverpool then. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Not sure we'll get to 100 likes today, which I think's a great shame. Any help towards that, though, guys, would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. As I said at the start of the stream, we will be having another live watch-along on Wednesday evening. Man City's game against Fulham in the Premier League. Games continuing to come thick and fast. Going live 7 PM GMT for that one. Game kicking off at 7:30. Throwing them for Manchester City. Arne Slot, not happy. Liverpool, not happy. 3 minutes remaining here at Anfield. Under normal circumstance, I'd say a great point at Anfield. We're 8 points behind. We need a win. We need a win. Should be another throw-in for City, and I think it is going to be another throw-in for City. City belting out the chance, but it's not. It's not enough. This is not enough. And that'll be my angle if this finishes 1-1. A good point, but it's not enough. And this is, I said before the Spurs game, 4 points from Spurs and Liverpool keeps us interested. It had taken the gap to 6 points. We were 2-0 up last week. 2-0 up. You see that game out, you win that game, you pick up your point today at Anfield that we've currently got 2 minutes remaining, and all of a sudden, you're through 2 very difficult games, and you're still just about within touching distance. 8 points is a very big gap. Header over the bar from Liverpool. And it's Liverpool that's created and looking more likely to score right now than Manchester City. Liverpool are going for this, so there will be space. There's going to be chances. Can Liverpool or City find a way to make it stick? That's the question. Here's Donnarumma. It's a risky pass to Guehi under pressure there from Salah. Ait-Nouri. It's got to go long at some point. It's got to go long. It does go long. Van Dijk. Why do they keep angling it over there towards Haaland where Van Dijk is? He wins all the headers. All of them. There's the angle. Semenyo in the penalty area. Squares it across. It's a tame ball across from Semenyo. He has time actually to take a touch. Not the best of clearances there from Alisson, and just gives the ball back to Rodri here. 35 yards out. Looks for his pass for Cherki. Cherki says, I'll let Nunes mop it up. And that's probably going to take us to additional time. How long's going to be added on is the question. Marc Guehi with the ball to Rodri. Both sides need a win. Something has got to give. Rodri gives the ball to Nunes. Gets his flick on to Cherki. Nunes. How long's going to be added on? I'm going to go 6 minutes. 7. There we go. 7 minutes added on. The stoppage of Khusanov. Couple of goals. Here's Nunes. Get there, Nunes. Get there, Nunes. He goes down. He wants a pen. He asks the linesman, and the linesman says, what's he given? Has he given a pen? Is he giving a pen? I've not got sound, and I don't know if he's given a pen. Liverpool are surrounding the ref. I think a pen's being given. Let's have a look. Nunes gets there, and that should be a pen. Let's have a look at this. It's a heavier touch from Nunes, so I can see why Liverpool are complaining. Yeah, a pen's been given. Penalty Manchester City. This is massive. If VAR uphold this, this is huge. Some discussions ongoing. Haaland's got the ball. Szoboszlai's having a conversation with him. He's playing some mind games with Erling Haaland there. Now, 23 years since Man City last won at Anfield with fans. 23 years. So, law of average says that something should go Man City's way, but we've just not won in 23 years. And, this is just... We don't win at Anfield. My expectation is, like it did with Riyad Mahrez a few years back, where he put the ball over the top of the crossbar, he won't score. My expectation here is, we don't win at Anfield with fans in the stadium. We've got a penalty in added time to potentially win the game. I don't think Haaland's going to score because we don't win at Anfield with fans. Honestly, I've never been more relaxed for a 93rd minute penalty at Anfield. Whenever we play at Anfield with fans, we don't win. So, Haaland won't score. That's just how it is. I've already accepted it. It'll go wide or over the bar, or the keeper will make the save. He scores! All right, Haaland's shirt's off, he's celebrating, but the job's not done. God, stay calm. We're in uncharted territory now. Woo! I was expecting typical Man City yellow card for Haaland. Now we've got to see it out now. That's the question. We've got to see it out. Come on, guys. We're winning at Anfield. Get the thumbs up. Let's get to 100 likes. It's a beautiful pen from Haaland. He's not taken a penalty in the Premier League this season that's gone that way, and it's low and it's hard, and Alisson just can't get there. And Manchester City, they've been moaning and complaining about referees and officials. Have had something go in their favour. And now Manchester City, are they going to do the unthinkable? Are they going to do the unthinkable here, guys? Are we going to win at Anfield? He knocks his little celebration. And there's Man City's glimmer, the slight glimmer of hope. Is it there for them? There's Liverpool. Chiesa has come on for Kirkes. Ball comes in. Nunes wins the header. We all know the Liverpool equaliser is going to come, don't we? Ball comes in. Nunes has chested it. He's not got it clear. Here's Gravenberch to Chiesa. Squares it across, and Donnarumma will collect that one. That'll do. Now, there was a heck of a long stoppage there, about a minute and a half between the penalty being awarded and the penalty being taken. So, we're probably going to go, I reckon, towards the 99th minute. So, I think Liverpool have got another 4 or 5 minutes here. Very wise from Donnarumma just to send it as far away from the City goal as possible. And Szoboszlai's taken a touch there. Haaland wants the throw in. Linesman says it's not gone out. Semenyo's going to win that back for City, and then it's going to run out, and he's kicked the ball away. He's going to get a yellow card for it. City want to make a substitution. It's going to be Nathan Ake that's going to come on. So City have decided that's that. We're going to defend this one out. It's going to be Antoine Semenyo that's going to come on for Manchester City, and it's going to be Nathan Ake that comes On. Did I say Semenyo on? Semenyo off and Ake on. Alisson sends it long. We've got 2 second-half goals today. London buses, guys. We wait for 1. We get 2 in a short space of time. Long ball sent forward from Liverpool. Van Dijk's gone up there now. He's almost acting as a second striker. Wirtz, he's waiting on the outside. They want balls into the box. Here's Chiesa. It's a good ball from Chiesa. Chance here for Liverpool to put a ball into the box now. Maybe even a chance for a shot. Here's Szoboszlai. Rodri gets his foot on it. He gets a touch on it. He can find Ait-Nouri. 3-on-1. Kill this off. Kill this game off. Come on, Ait-Nouri. Kill the game off. Kill it off. Ait-Nouri. Save. No. The 3 goals and the 3 points and the win at Anfield for the first time in 23 years. It was right there. I don't believe it. Yellow card for, I don't know, Cherki, I think. Free kick Liverpool. Chance for the ball to go in the box. It's Captain Bernardo that's into the book. Foul on Florian Wirtz. It's late. There's a free kick. More defending for City then. Ait-Nouri just waiting for, is the pass there? It's not going to have the shot, and he narrowed his angle too much. Ball comes in. Ake wins the header. Got to win the second ball. Offside, ref. Offside. Not given. Ball in. Header won back from City. We're in the referee's discretion now. There's at least a couple of minutes, I think, left here. Chance for at least a couple more Liverpool attacks. Ball comes across. Nunes, keep it in. He does. Gets it clear. Throw in Liverpool instead of a corner. That'll do. Throw in on halfway. Alisson's out of his goal. He wants to take the throw in. Pep's asking, I want the full-time whistle. Alisson slipped. Bernardo nearly made an interception there off the 40-odd yards. Liverpool need to keep hold of the ball here. Long ball sent forward. Got to win the header. Haaland doesn't win the header. Shot! Oh, what a save from Donnarumma! Big save! I don't know why I'm laughing and I'm so calm. I've mentally, guys, as you saw from the penalty before, I've mentally just accepted that we don't win at Anfield. So I'm just enjoying myself. Alisson's up, corner, 99th minute. Donnarumma fists it clear. Referee still not blowing the whistle. Salah, ball in, header, one from City. Ait-Nouri, can he get there? He can. Can they find the interception? They can't. Can another ball come in? Can somebody get their foot on it? Header won by Dias. Ekiteke in the penalty area. Salah. And it's a scramble. City can get it clear. Liverpool want a penalty. Referee says no, and they get it clear. 99th minute. Szoboszlai's got to run all the way back over there. We're through 2 minutes. Szoboszlai. There's a VAR check for a Liverpool penalty at the minute. Szoboszlai not taking the risk. He's just going to launch it. Alisson, can he win the header? He can't. City hook it clear. Come on. Cherki, open net. He's fizzled it. Haaland's going to win the race. And Szoboszlai's going to win the race. It's going. What's going on? What is going on? What? The goal's being given. There's at least a couple of fouls in there for somebody. There's bedlam. It's absolute bedlam, guys. Absolute bedlam. What is going on? A goal has been given for Manchester City. It's the third goal. So I don't know what's going on. There's a VAR check for a penalty for Liverpool. There's a goal that's been given for Man City. It was a P-roller that was hit from Rayan Cherki, which he's got the goal. Haaland's won the foot race on Dominik Szoboszlai. So Szoboszlai's grabbed him and pulled him back. Get a highlight of that brilliant save from Donnarumma. Alisson stayed up. Bernardo's whacked it clear. Cherki has the P-roller of a shot. Szoboszlai's in a foot race. Haaland's won the foot race and Szoboszlai stops Haaland. And then Haaland, through tripping from Szoboszlai fouling him, takes Szoboszlai down. And the referee has a decision. It's a foul for Man City in the first instance. It's a goal scoring opportunity. It's a red card for Szoboszlai, but it remains 2-1. The question for Liverpool is if they want the goal ruling out for a foul on Haaland, then it's going to be a red card. Referees deemed it to play the advantage instead. He said that Szoboszlai's fouled Haaland first. What's going on here? VAR check for something. There's a VAR check for something now. This crazy game. What are they checking? Is it for the Man City goal or is it a Liverpool penalty? What are they checking for? Right, they're checking for a potential... Right, for the Man City goal. Possible foul. Is it a red card? He pulls Haaland's shirt and he stops Haaland winning the race. And then Haaland pulled his shirt to stop Szoboszlai from intercepting and stopping Man City from scoring. Szoboszlai fouled Haaland first. I don't think a free kick or anything should be given here. I think the goal should be given and no red card for Szoboszlai. So they're checking Haaland fouling Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai has fouled Haaland first. It's as clear as day. It's a red card. For me, there's two fouls in there. First from Szoboszlai, then from Haaland. They should cancel each other out and a goal should be given. I've not got the sound on, so I don't know what the referee's saying here. Let's see what he says. After review. I don't know what the referee said. There's a red card for Szoboszlai. So the goal's not being... I'm not a fan of that. I am not a fan of that. Man City's goal's been disallowed as they've deemed Haaland's fouled Szoboszlai and Szoboszlai's fouled Haaland first. So rather than cancel the two out, Szoboszlai's been sent off. Szoboszlai being sent off's a huge blow for Liverpool. We're in the 103rd minute. For me, the game is up. We're through all the additional time. The game's over. And I think Liverpool would rather lose 3-1 and keep Szoboszlai for the next game than this finish 2-1 but lose Szoboszlai. It's a mental end to the game, this. Absolute mental game to the end. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't know why I put 2-1 Liverpool. It's 2-1 Man City. Thanks for telling me to change the score there. Apologies. I was excited. Wild. Right, so it's a free kick then for Man City, is what it's going to be. We're in the... We're in the 104th minute! It's the 104th minute! This game should be over! There's only 7 minutes added on! What is going on? What is going on? What a mental game. As I said, leave a thumbs up, guys. It should be a goal. Gary Neville said it should. And Liverpool would rather that be a goal. The game's over. The game's up. You know, we're in the 105th minute now. Man City will kick the ball. You imagine the ref's going to blow the whistle, but surely Liverpool would rather lose 3-1 and keep Szoboszlai for the next game rather than him be sent off. It blows my mind. I don't understand it. I'd have a shot here if I'm Rayan Cherki. I'd have a shot. He is going to have a shot. And it's into the stands. That's got to be the end of the game now, surely. Surely got to be the end of the game. Last chance then for Liverpool. They're down to 10 men. And the referee is going to blow the full-time whistle. 23 years. We have not won at Anfield in 23 years with fans. And somehow, through how poor we've been today, of all the games, of all the days that Man City have won at Anfield, we're 1-0 behind. We're in desperate despair. And thanks to a goal from Bernardo Silva and Erling Haaland from the penalty spot, and we probably should have won 3-1 with Haaland at the end. Instead, it's a free kick and Dominic Szoboszlai gets sent off instead, which is a decision I think was the incorrect decision. I think there's 2 fouls that happen. I think both them fouls should cancel each other out. I think the goal should be given for Man City, and I think Szoboszlai should stay on the pitch. It is what it is. I've no idea how I'm going to do my match review here, guys. I've no idea. There's so much that's going on. Arsenal will be left furious. Liverpool are angry. Manchester City have won. And we've won at Anfield. First time in 23 years. Oh, wow. With fans. With fans. Very important, that Mark. With fans. Very important. As Julie says, we did win in 2021. No fans in the stadium that day. Fans in the stadium today. And the records show Manchester City have won this match. And as Mixid says there, thanks for tuning in, Mixid. Title, we're still alive here. Right, guys, we're going to go through this emotional roller coaster again on Wednesday. City's home game against Fulham. Excuse me, I'll be back with another live watch along for you guys to enjoy. I'll see you for that. Don't forget, we're on 69. We're on 69 likes. That's funny. We want 100 likes. It's Man City's first ever win at first win in 23 years with fans. Surely that's going to be a stream that's worth hitting 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the comments below. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links are in the description as well if you want to go and follow me on my Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Today it's all about celebrating us winning for the first time at Anfield in 23 years with fans. Incredible effort. Julia, welcome. A member now for 35 months. Salute to you, Julia. Thank you very much for the support. First double over Liverpool since 1937 as well. It was an incredible game, and I don't know how I'm going to do my reaction to this. I have no idea. As I said, it's an emotional roller coaster, and we're doing it all again on Wednesday. Not to end the stream on a negative here, by the way, guys, but you know, it's pointless winning today if we're not going to win on Wednesday. So that game matters on Wednesday, and we've got work to do. Liverpool now 5 points behind Manchester United in the top 4 race. United will have been happy that Man City have won that game, actually, I'm sure. And 6 points now behind Arsenal. Still got to play Arsenal at home. Title not over just yet. Reaction up in the next hour. See you on Wednesday for the next one. Super Bowl Sunday, anyone watching, enjoy. And that's been exhausting and I need to lie down. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Peace. Ciao for now. History made. Woo!